just said that one moment, but we're good now.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can start now. All right.
You were messing around the whole time. I just said don't start right away, and then I said okay. But no, you were still messing around with your stupid stuffed animal that you still have in my face.
It's Pepe. This dog is older than you, John.
I knew it. I can tell.
And you haven't washed him at all, but you put your lips all on it.
Yeah.
Ha! So that means the effect worked, because he's this big.
Did you put your lips on?
What?
Oh.
Wow! It's a tiny stuffed animal you put your lips on.
John,
That was a big one.
I didn't put my lips on it. It was the perspective.
It's a tiny little baby animal for children that you put your mouth all up on.
I clearly saw you kissing that dog.
I totally saw you kiss that.
No,
dude.
look how little he is.
Kiss that dude.
Kiss that dude dog.
Yeah, I saw you kiss it.
Okay, I'm just gonna play the song. I don't have to mess with you guys
Please.
anymore.
Damn.
Give me your wallet. Give me your wallet. Give me your wallet. Give me your
Alex,
wallet.
you be kissing the dude dog.
You be kissing the dog.
Give me your wallet.
Have you ever had a
Imagine
dream
being known for kissing
that-
dogs.
that you
What is up, everybody?
Hello.
Yo.
I am not known for kissing dogs.
Oh my god.
Stop it! I heard that in the background.
You are
Welcome.
though.
No, I'm not. Welcome to
That's how
episode
I know you.
60, dude. It's episode 60.
Finally.
We're finally
that's
out
a
of the
war.
50s, man.
Oh my.
Finally. Welcome to episode 60 of the Playing Pod with Alex, John, and Rafa.
Wow, that's pretty tight.
I didn't press
That's.
that. I
You
didn't.
so did.
I swear to you, I
just
used one-
heard you.
I know
I
it.
heard you
I know
press
the
it.
sound came out, but I only pressed this one because I used one finger. I only used one finger.
That's okay to lie.
I'm not lying. Okay. Anyway, it sucks because I miss the button so often that when I actually do not actually hit it, it's a cry wolf situation. But it's fine. Welcome everybody.
No, I think you just pressed it.
I didn't. Welcome everybody to episode 60 of Playing Power with Alex, John, and Rafa. I want to take this moment to shout out our audio listeners over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, all of them good stuffs. Shout out to y'all. Still growing every week. I have to say it because I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and shout out the country of the week.
The
'Cause we gotta
country
shout
of
out
the
the
week.
country of
What
the
is
week.
that?
Because
That's
last-
a thing we're doing now? Is that a
Yes.
thing
Yeah,
that no one has
that's- yeah,
discussed, or
Yeah, because last week.
Nah, I like
can you
this
stop?
idea.
Can you stop alienating our our audience? Could you stop doing that? Last
No.
week you were like,
No.
"Oh, only Spotify." Now it's only whatever country. It's like, could you just stop alienating the fam? Can we just grow? Y'all
Nah.
seem to not wanna.
No, I want to grow. That's
Every
why I'm
week.
shouting out the best so the rest of the people can be like, I want to be better than them.
I want that
So-
shout out too.
So right
Oh,
now, it's the U.S. of A. Hey,
Damn straight.
We've been
God
like we know
bless
that.
America.
I know, but we shouted out Germany, which was second. But U.S. of A today.
we shouted out Germany because it's like we actually have an audience outside of America where we live. So shouting ourselves out where we're
No.
from.
John, you're not included in that shout out. Just to
Yeah,
Well,
everybody
I'm
else.
American.
No,
I'm
Nope.
American.
nope.
I'm American.
You are, but you're
So-
not included in the shout out. Just our listeners.
I'm American. Yeah, no, I'm American. Stop alienating the fan base.
No.
Stop doing that.
So shout out to y'all and the U.S. of A. The rest of y'all, step it up. Rest of you world, I see y'all little 1% out here.
Stop
shout
out.
doing
Yeah,
that.
John,
Yeah,
if
world.
Y'all
when
don't
you
want to
sh-
grow.
John,
Y'all
when
don't
you
want to
shout
grow at
somebody
all.
out, look, I'm using the FOMO tactics.
Reverse
Right?
That's not,
psychology.
that's
Yeah.
not FOMO. That's
It
that's
is.
like step it up person who probably just probably checked in on a thing that they were curious about. It's like, nah, you're
So
just
here's-
alienating
it's
people
cool.
and pushing
So
them away.
if they're like, no, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna want to band together and take out the top country. They want to be. I was like, I want to be at the top. That's
I don't think
the
so.
psychology, John, behind leaderboards. You see the top, and you're like, man, I want to be up there. So right now, USA is number one. Spotify USA, if we want to narrow down the demographics. So y'all Apple people, y'all Overcast people, step it up. Step it up. Do better. There you go.
Yeah.
John.
Okay. All right.
Also, can I say something real quick before we
No.
jump into everything?
I'm a little scared, but go ahead.
I have a fun fact for you guys.
I don't think it'll be that fun, but you could go ahead and say
It's
it.
really it's a lot of fun.
Rafa's fun
Fuck.
facts are actually fun. So
They're
Are
really
they?
Good.
Yeah.
They're really good. Fun fact: Alex kisses his dogs in the lips.
You wanted Alex. I tried to stop it. I tried to stop it. But nope, you wanted it.
I was blindsided by this. I didn't know that's
Nope,
what's gonna happen.
That's what you wanted. Nope, I knew it was gonna be some tomfoolery, but you were like, it's gonna say something really good. Nope, you idiot.
Rafa occasionally drops some fun facts that I'm like, oh, that's actually
Never
good
that.
to know.
Never that.
That is a fun fact, though.
That's not a fun fact. I don't.
It's
do
fun
that.
for you, and it's a fact.
And it's fun for the dogs.
Oh, cool. Wait to throw yourself into that one.
See, I can't even joke about it because now apparently I kiss.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with kissing dogs anyway, unless you like tongue them.
On the mouth.
Okay, I don't do that. What?
Like
So
you go for the kiss, like not the dog licks your face. You go for the kiss.
Alex goes to
But
You animal.
if they kiss me back, it's okay though, right? Like, if I go in
No,
30 and they
it's
go
not
in,
okay.
if
Yeah,
I
Bro,
go in 30,
y'all trying to hit all the marks of trying to get canceled. It's like
Wait,
y'all.
wait,
don't
you don't
want...
get canceled for
Alex-
kissing dogs?
Joe
Alex puts
Budden
on-
was literally.
He jerked the dog off. That's different, or whatever he did.
Did
that
he
was some
actually?
crazy. I think he like joked about it. Like he joked. I don't do that.
Oh, he joked about it.
Hey.
Oh, that's what makes it different.
Joking
You
about
moron.
jerking a dog off and kissing a dog is not the same thing.
They on the same street. You're on your way, Bucko.
No, they're not. No, they're
You're
not.
on the way. You're on the way.
By the
Dude,
way,
you
guys,
just grow.
You're gonna make me make another crazy ass metaphor, and
I am.
and we're too,
Dude,
and we're
I
too
don't
early.
need-
Okay,
Dude.
here you go. So by John's, so when you kiss a dog and you jerk a
I
dog
can't
off,
wait
it's the
for
same
what
thing.
shock words Alex is
So-
gonna use.
so when you
for
kiss
us
your
to
parents-
listen.
So when you kiss your parents, like Tom Brady kisses his kisses his kids on the lips. According to John's logic, that's the same thing in the same street, to quote John, as Tom Brady beating his kid's meat off. So I'm just saying. See how that doesn't make
That's
sense?
not
See how
the
that doesn't-
same
it's-
at all.
That's
John,
what
you
you said.
That's
nasty.
not
John
the same
nasty.
at all.
Why not? Because one's a dog? Is that why it's not
John
the same?
nasty.
That's fucking rough, Alex. You need to stop.
I
That's
specifically
rough.
warned
For
you that you were
multiple
gonna make
reasons.
me do that, and I didn't
Yo,
want to do that.
I literally tried to play it online, got my ass whooped instantaneously. I thought I had it. This time, literally threw me off.
Nice.
Threw me the hell off.
I mean,
By the way, guys, my sources give me some updated information. Alex likes to go on Netflix, put on Airbud, and then have a night with his dogs.
that is all right.
that's
Shout out
not
our
lovely.
YouTube
That doesn't sound so bad.
viewership, because that's the only place where you can play while we pod. No, you can see what we play while we pod.
Don't question my sources.
And
They're
today,
reliable.
I have a lot of questions.
that game is John's getting beat in Injustice 2, baby.
They beating the brakes off me in Injustice. I'm kind of. Never mind. They used their super.
I'm glad you picked.
I like it.
I'm glad you picked Injustice 2 over something like the Avengers or something.
Yeah, because first off,
Well,
that game is
first
ass
off, the
cheeks.
Avengers is not fun anymore. It was fun for the brief moment, and then they just lacked
I'm just saying
content
because
altogether.
I mean, it's a reason why you picked it, but like, there's two.
Well, I picked it because of the topic that we gonna pick.
I mean, yeah, but there's also the Marvel topic also.
Yeah, we do have another topic too.
I would argue that the other one is bigger.
I
It is, but-
completely forgot that Falcon and Winter Soldier was coming out this week. Like,
Did you
Yeah.
not see it?
I saw it.
Oh.
But I was like so like wrapped around the Zack Snyder's like Justice League. Like I was so into that, and like after I saw it, I'm like, oh man, that was so great. And then I got on Facebook for like a second, and it was the first thing I saw. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier came out. I was like, huh? Forgot.
Yeah,
I was blindsided.
I completely forgot. Completely forgot.
But on the topic of the Avengers, Black Panther's coming out on that. Like, how do we?
Yeah, I
How
was
do we
gonna, I
feel?
was gonna mention that.
Is it too little, too late? Because that game is dying.
I feel like it's too little, too late. The game needed new characters and content and stuff like that. Its fan base is way down. Like I have no interest in going back and trying out the characters. Although I am happy that he's in the game because I'm like, oh, that's cool that he's in it and they're doing content for it. I think it's free. I think they're doing free content.
I'm not sure.
But either way, like, I don't think I ever want to go back. It's not like they have to add like crazy content or update it to like a crazy point for me to want to go back to it.
Yeah,
It's too little, too late.
it sucks because that game was actually like the gameplay itself and the mechanics.
I enjoyed
it. It was fun. It wasn't like a total piece of shit, but there was no support. But
I agree.
let's talk about. Well, Rafa, before we started, asked about the wall behind me real fast because I know you're gonna bring it up
Yes.
again. Just trying to knock it out. That was Keanu, my younger cat. Fucked them all up, so I'm in the process of taking them down and cleaning that wall up. That's all. It wasn't anything crazy. I caught him up there way too many times, so I'm
He's
sick of
mad
it.
at you because you're making out with the dogs too much.
I don't
Right.
have a dog. I don't have a dog here. I don't own a dog.
Whose dog are you kissing then?
Yeah,
Nobody-
The
I
neighbor's,
don't-
the neighbor's dog.
Nah.
No, they have like little ugly ass loud dogs. I'm not playing with that. Let's just go into the what are we playing this week, baby? Off of this dog kissing shit. Here we go.
It's too long. It's already too long.
What is up, everybody? Do I have to say what is up, everybody, every time we
Yes.
do
You
this
do it
segment?
to yourself.
Yes.
But it's like we're already middle of the podcast.
Why don't
I'm
you just say
shouting them
welcome
out.
to?
Welcome
Clark.
to the What Are We Playing This Week, baby? The section of the podcast where we
The
like to
what
tell
is
you what we play. So, John,
This week.
go ahead.
Baby.
This week, baby. What have you been playing this week, baby?
Damn, what have I been playing this week? I've been playing Call of Duty as always. And I played a little bit of Doom on stream because the new DLC also came out alongside Justice League.
Hey,
Came out same day. And I was like, nah, Justice League. And that's what I did. Yeah. Just those two games.
How
Pretty light.
How was the DLC for?
It's incredibly difficult. Like if you thought the base game was hard, the first DLC, the Ancient Gods DLC Part 1 was really hard to get through. The second one is even harder. Like they just getting worse and worse in a good way. Like in a
Difficult.
really good way. Yeah, and they're
a
adding
Doom
a lot
way.
of new in a very Doom way, and they're adding a lot of characters that drastically change the gameplay mechanics. Like
Are there new
you know how
demons?
there's new versions of demons and stuff like that. There's like
Hmm.
for example, one of the new demons that they have in this DLC, they have an armored Baron.
I'm not
So
playing this.
the Baron of Hell, you know that big dude.
Yeah, I'm not playing this.
So they have the Baron, but he's armored, and the only way to like knock the armor off to do damage is you need the plasma gun. So like you have to shoot him with the plasma gun to knock the armor off to do damage, and it's like there's a lot of stuff like that where they have different versions of characters where you need specific weapons that you wouldn't typically use. For example, like the combat shotgun,
Yeah.
and like the rail mods. Like they add a lot of stuff. The whole gameplay is a lot harder. You have to think faster. It's a lot of stuff. I don't want to spoil too much because it is incredibly hard, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Definitely give it a chance if like you're a Doom fan and you want to play the DLC. Definitely give it a chance.
Okay.
It's really good.
I have to beat the first Ancient Gods. I forgot about that.
That
one.
one's really good too. That one's really, really.
I just remember
really,
getting
really,
my
really, really
ass beat, and then I'm like, not today, Satan. And I went to go play something else.
good. Literally, like, you're not-
yeah,
true.
literally, not today, Satan. But I mean, yeah, it was cool
you're
from
not.
the ass whooping I got.
it's man, it's good. It's good. Doom is like top tier.
Oh
It's
yeah,
top
but
tier.
yeah, it is. Rafa, what about you, man? What you been playing this week?
I'm a broken record this week, guys. It's just been Monster Train and VR chat. That's it.
Hey,
Same old.
Hell yeah.
Same old,
Hell
same
yeah.
old. You know,
What's
VR
what's
chats.
going on in the world of VR?
It's fun. It's getting I want to say hectic, but like
oh, they're getting
You're getting
wild
some
in the
YouTube
VR.
drama in there. Huh?
there's some drama going on. It's a little bit of drama going on.
Scandalous.
And then like because like there's like there's like the main group that I'm part of, but then like
Uh-huh.
there's we kind of made like a smaller group of just a few of us. And we kind of just like hang out with each other, or whatever, most of the time. And then we were trying to do something, and then and then one of the guys who's like kind of running the show kind of got in trouble because there's something like with the rules and shit like that. I don't want to. It's too much to explain, right? And we're just like, bro, it's just a game. It's not that serious. Like you guys are overreacting and shit like that. So it's
Wait, so he broke one of the VR chat server rules, and everybody's like, "Not family."
No, not one of the community rules. One of the
Oh.
Discord community rules. And we're like, it's not that big of a deal. Like that's what we were saying. Like it's just a game. It's not that big of a deal. You know, we're just goofing around having fun. But some people, that's the thing. Like some people take this shit too seriously, and that's the problem. You know.
Well, I get what you're saying because it's like, yeah, like it is just a game, and granted, yes, but like that's the point of the community rules. So it's like it don't matter. That's the point of the rules, you know.
Yeah, whoever
Like,
made the
I know you
community.
I
know
mean,
that.
I get it. I get it. The rules are in play. Like, we weren't like, oh, fuck the rules, but we were just like, yo, like, like the guy, like one of the people that saw us kind of break that rule. I didn't, but saw one of our friends break the rule. I don't say he got yelled at, but he got like a stern talking to. And
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just
that's
like,
not that serious. It's
it-
not
and
that serious.
that's what we're saying. Like, bro, it's not that serious.
Wait,
Like,
I
it's
want to
just
know
a
what the
game.
rule was.
That one,
Like,
yeah, like just say the
like,
rule now. We're already having a
It's
conversation.
just that like we when we're doing certain things, you can't have certain avatars on. You know, like there's specific avatars meant for specific events
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that.
Okay.
And then we were doing something, and one of them changed into one of those avatars and started, messing around, messing around with another group. Like, oh, you can't do that, this and that, and we're like, it's not that big of a deal. But
Okay, it's really not that big. Of
It's
a deal,
it's
man.
not it's not that big of a deal, but it's just like I said. This is gonna sound kind of, I don't want to say bad or whatever, but like coming from me, because this to people, to everybody listening, like it sounds like this all I do is just play VR chat, which is I do a lot of it right now, but it's not my world. I guess you can say, like, dude,
Nah,
there's
you're fine.
people like in this shit 24/7. Like this is their thing.
and they're
like-
ready
like-
player one.
Dude,
Ready
like, yeah,
player
like
one up there.
like I'm on my phone, and I'm just looking. I'm on the Discord or whatever, and I'm just looking like, damn, people are just in this. Like, it could be different time zones and things like that, right? But like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, like, do you guys not have jobs? I don't know, you know, I don't know.
What if that is their job?
It could be, or maybe they're college students and they have like more free time. I mean, I don't have as much free
True.
time as a lot of these people do, but
Yeah.
sometimes I'm just like, damn, do you guys not, take a break? I don't know. Yeah,
No, they're in there, dude.
I
That's
feel
their
that.
lives.
they're in there.
Hey,
they're
man,
in
they're in
there.
there.
But
They out
Works.
here.
They're in. That's their life. They live in the stacks. They're trying to find the golden
Yeah.
keys.
yeah,
They're
right.
Trying
trying to
change
get all
their
the
lives.
eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's all it is.
But I
man.
mean, who am I to judge, bro? If that's what they enjoy, they do what they want. It's not
Let
taking.
them let them.
I don't
do
lose.
it, man.
I don't lose sleep over it. So
Don't worry about it, Rafa. I'll judge.
know.
Fucking
Okay.
losers. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll tell him, Rafa. Bunch of wieners. I got it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. But
Yeah,
yeah,
don't
it's,
even- don't worry.
Don't even fret.
It's cool. It's fun. That's it.
Oh. There was more to talk about of the drama than what you played.
Thanks for listening, y'all. That
Yeah,
was
thanks,
it.
guys.
Bad.
Thanks. By the
Rafa
way,
had,
like,
Rafa had nothing to say after that.
super side note. I'm just gonna derail everything right here. John, I noticed that ring you're wearing.
Oh, thank you.
Busting
It's
out
nice.
the jewelry.
hmm It's a clock on it, or it's like clock gears on it. It's pretty
I've been
tight.
playing Diablo 3. I beat it. Okay, bye, guys.
Hey, get out of here! I'm talking to John about his jewelry.
Well, it's just got like clock gears on it. It's like an old 1960 watch, like an old German watch that they like took the pieces off and they put the design on it. I was like, that's tight.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Some light for the haters. You know what I'm saying? So
Speaking
you're
of
playing
haters,
Diablo?
Alex.
Yeah.
What bullshit you playing?
What dumbass thing
I'm
you're
on-
doing?
I've been playing this little game where I like to pretend to be a police officer till 2 in the morning.
Do we have air horns? Do the air horns?
No, I don't have air horns. I don't have air horns.
Do
I have-
explosions. Yeah. Oh.
where I arrest little kids at 3 in the morning.
It's all fun.
No. Diablo 3. That's it. I've been playing it. I beat the main campaign
you
finally.
just
Rafa, I want my apology now. Give it to me.
You gotta beat the DLC.
There is no DLC.
What?
Well, I
it
mean, I did technically already beat it, the main campaign. I'm in the end game now. You know how like Destiny, when it ends, that's when the real quote unquote game starts. Diablo's just like that. There's a whole bunch of new challenges, new loot, all this other stuff.
Well,
I'm
get
in
to it.
there. I'm playing it. I'm in there. It's so great. Shout out to all the haters who thought that I wasn't gonna beat Diablo 3 ever. That one's for
John.
y'all. Shout out for y'all. John abandoned me.
I stopped playing that shit altogether. I just played too much.
He abandoned.
Maybe-
He abandoned me.
Maybe all these years it was John that kept derailing you.
I mean, if you want to think that,
maybe.
if that's how you want to think it,
I mean,
like,
go ahead.
It happened
Hey,
again.
I
Diablo
literally
was
played
never
nothing but like Diablo.
Diablo
for the last,
was
like,
not
month.
Diablo wasn't my addiction. It was Alex's. Alex is the one who bought it X amount of times and kept wanting to fucking buy it and kept wanting to play it. That's not my thing.
So
It's
are
never
we,
my thing.
So what's the next game that you're gonna play to?
Is
so you-
is Donkey Kong the next one, Alex? You gonna...
Despite the audience, well, I'm not done with Diablo yet, but
I was gonna say, are you gonna keep running away from Donkey Kong or?
I'm not running
Yeah.
from Donkey Kong. I'm not running from it.
Mm,
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play Donkey Kong one day after I'm done with all the stuff Diablo has to offer. There's like 9 different characters. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
You're gonna ruin
That's-
that game. For
Yeah.
Yourself.
Why? There's shit to do in the game. I want to do the shit. How am I gonna ruin it for me?
It's gonna get to that point where you're like, I just don't feel like playing this game anymore.
Oh, I mean,
Really?
I hit that point and then I just stopped playing it for like a day or two, and then I pop back in. You know, I'm not like
It's happening. The seeds are planted.
this was a week and a half ago.
root.
I'm still playing it
Ah, shit.
today. So
The seeds
No.
are planted.
the only thing,
Don't
the only
worry,
game
Alex.
that did happen to was Cyberpunk, and that was just because the developer updates that kept coming out, like the patches, some of them fucked up the game and stuff. So I just ended up putting it down and not risk it, and I just never picked it back up.
I think
So-
they just released a video saying that they were gonna add a bunch of stuff to fix it, like fix the
Yeah.
police AI and some shit. Which I mean, like, it's great, but I already beat the content on it, so I'm just waiting for the next shit.
They need to
Like-
fix I'm missing literally just one side quest on one of the like territories, and I'm done
Mm-hmm.
with all the side quests and all the gigs and shit. I'm literally missing one thing, and it doesn't appear on my shit. So I refuse to beat the game, and I'm standing in front of the last mission of the game. So I refuse to do that until they fix that, so I can complete it all the way.
Just beat just beat the main story with the thing that you're doing, right? Because I mean, you can just go back. It's gonna start you up right at that point again. So it's like there's still multiple endings. There's still shit to do. You might as well just beat the game if you're right there.
I've
And
been.
there's
I've
still
been right there.
there's still multiple endings. Like I've been saying, I'm still on the Pan Am ending. I beat the game like 2-3 times, like, cause it literally stops you right there,
Yeah.
like right before the last mission. So like you might as well just beat it just to see what the end is like, or
Yeah.
whatever choice that you make. 'Cause
And
some of them
somehow-
are not that bad.
Somehow I haven't had it spoiled for me. I really don't know how that game ends. So it's pretty cool.
They all die.
I mean,
There you go.
sure. But yeah, I might take some time to just do that this week, because it has been on the back of my mind. Like every time I turn on the Xbox, I'm like, "Is today the day I beat Cyberpunk?" And I'm like, "Nah,
Fuck it, beat it, man. Go ahead.
I might."
You know what? No. Put that on the side and beat Mass Effect Andromeda.
I'm not doing
True,
it. I
remember
have.
when you said that you were gonna stream it and you never streamed the game.
So what happened there is that game is a piece of shit. So I'm not doing that. No.
Really?
Yeah, it's a piece of shit, and I don't like it.
Everybody
I
and they
told
mama
you
told you that.
That's fine.
Everybody and they mama told
So
you
the
that.
beautiful thing about me is I like to go and experience stuff myself and see for me, because sometimes, it's good to have your own opinion. So I went in there and confirmed it's a piece of shit, and I'm not playing
Yeah,
that. So
wow.
yeah, just like the Junji Ito stuff, Rafa, I was telling you. You told me it was shit, but I wanted to see it, and you were right. It was shit. Confirmed. I did not like that at all.
Yeah.
But let's talk. We have some good topics to talk about today. Some heavily anticipated
Some
topics,
stuff happened.
especially on this podcast, because we've been waiting
Yeah.
for this for a bit. So let's talk about first. Let's do Marvel, and then we'll talk about Justice League. Let's talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier first, because
Yeah.
that's the smaller topic of the day.
Yeah.
So obviously, like we did with WandaVision, we're gonna review these episodes weekly to kind of give our little opinions on it. If you have not seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, or you don't want it spoiled, because we're doing spoiler talk, go down to the next timestamp and go from there. Just skip this time section, because we're gonna go. You've been warned. Spoiler alert. All right. So Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 1 came out. I mentioned it earlier, but this surprised me because I forgot that it was coming out so soon. I was so wrapped up in the Snyder cut. But I was able to watch it before we recorded this, and I have to say, I like where it's going so far. I did enjoy the episode, but this is exactly how I thought the show was gonna go. If that makes any sense. It was very predictable. It didn't do anything special yet, but I know it's just getting started. This is more so like the cookie cutter, not cookie cutter per se, but this is more so like the average Marvel experience, I feel. Like nothing, it's not bad, it's not great. You know how WandaVision, when that started, it was like, yo, this is crazy, I don't even know what I'm really watching. This is more so standard issue Marvel that this episode started off on. A little more political, a little more what is it? Repercussion-y off of the blip, but other than that, I like the episode. Yes.
Well, I think it's important to note that like the whole quarantine and all that stuff really messed up Marvel's schedule. WandaVision was not supposed to be the first thing we were supposed to see. That was not the first thing we were supposed to see. That was supposed to be somewhere in the middle. So like the quarantine really messed things up, and like Rafa was saying, like certain things that like maybe Pietro and stuff like that, you know, because it's the first thing we saw, the rumors and everything of like Mephisto and how the shit was gonna go with the MCU, the MCU and all that stuff. It set a strange precedent. Like I think Winter Soldier, and I think that was supposed to be the first thing we saw. So as far as like cookie cutter or like it seems like run of the mill, like I think it was designed that way to kind of ease us in, which I'm not mad at. But as far as it being cookie cutter, I like the fact that it's just giving us more backstory into these characters that were like secondary heroes, which I enjoyed a lot. Like
well, the only
I always
backstory we really got was Falcon. Like Winter Soldier didn't give us any more. Didn't give us.
Well, no, Anthony Mackie didn't have a whole backstory and shit.
It was pretty even.
That would be the Falcon that I was talking about backstory, because we knew Winter Soldier's backstory. They kind of just not rehashed, but they kind of just retouched, which they have to because it's the first episode, but just reminded you that, hey, he was a Hydra agent and now he's still dealing with the repercussions of that. The only really backstory we had was Falcon. Like you looked at his family, you saw how his family was financially struggling. They made the characters more human. Like they talked about the real life aspect to being a superhero, which I do commend them for that, because Marvel movies haven't necessarily, well, they dabbled on it a little bit in the past, but this is so like that was essentially the whole purpose of this episode. It's like, yo, they even made it a point to say, hey, these guys don't even get paid for this. This is all on goodwill. Like people are donating to them essentially. Anthony Mackie, his family is broke. Like they can't even get a loan. Yeah. Winter Soldier, he's dealing with the trauma side of everything. Like he's dealing with his past. That's technically not his fault, but he's still up to him. He's still dealing with the repercussions of it. So in that regard, it was. I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. It wasn't cookie cutter per se,
It wasn't.
Yeah, but story wise, like the actual pushing the narrative forward, like nothing special happened per se.
I disagree with that as well.
And like, I feel like the only parts that were like you can say was like cookie cutter or like, oh, this is what Marvel does, was the opening scene, with the Falcon chasing down George St. Pierre in the helicopter.
Yeah.
GSP, yep. Who was in Winter Soldier.
Yeah. It was really cool to see him back again. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah,
and now he's dead.
Yeah,
he didn't die.
And then
he got exploded in that helicopter, dude.
He jumped off of the helicopter.
I'm pretty sure he survived.
He jumped off.
Oh, he did jump.
They showed him jumping off.
He jumped. You're right. He did jump. You're right. He did.
But also the scene where the Winter Soldier, it was from the when he was having the dream when he had long hair. Like that was like that I don't say generic, but like that the Marvel fight scene and like the powers and stuff like that. But then like
that was awesome.
It was really cool to see, because I kind of like this. I like this episode a lot, but what I liked about it is that like it wasn't as crazy as WandaVision. I don't think we're gonna get anything as crazy as WandaVision, but it's kind of like it's almost like, hey, it felt a little bit like an epilogue almost, right? So like what everything was happening, right? Like we got to see what the Falcon and Winter Soldier is going through, and like the thing that even though they're completely different shows, the main thing that I like about what's happening here is that WandaVision and Winter Soldier and the Falcon are doing this thing where they're showing us like, hey, this is the after effects of what everything happened, and it's
Right.
not just them going on to here's another adventure, guys. Let's go. Like no, like these people are hurt. These people are suffering. They're trying to adjust to whatever happened with the blip and all that stuff. It's really cool to see. I really appreciated that. Like it was like a slow burn to this episode, just kind of watching these people their lives, and like yeah, they're superheroes. Yeah, they're out there saving people, but at the same time, they're human. They also deal with regular problems just like everybody else. Like the thing with the Falcon and the sister trying to get the loan for the was it a restaurant, I'm assuming, right? Like
Yeah, to save the family business.
right?
Yeah.
And then the Falcon, even though he's like this, globally known superhero, he still fights with his sister, just like everybody else fights with their siblings. They argue about stuff, like they have their own problems. The Winter Soldier, he's going through his own trauma of knowing the things that he's done, even though like we said, he wasn't in full control, but he's still like it. You still feel that shit, right? Like you're burdened. Let's say you, hypothetically speaking, one of us get in a situation where we have to kill someone in self-defense. That still fucks with your head.
Right.
Like it's still trauma that he's going through, and I really enjoyed the scene where he was talking to this therapist, or was it the psychologist, or whatever his
Yeah.
therapist, right?
Yeah.
Where she kind of knew like how he acted, and you can tell like they've been at it at this.
They've been doing it for a while. They've been doing it for a hot minute.
And like you see Winter Soldier really struggle trying to fight his inner demons, especially with the old man and
Yeah.
and like trying to be there for the old man or whatever. Like it's a really really good episode. I really like this narrative that they're pushing. Like, hey guys, yes, it's awesome to see the explosions and the fight scenes and the monsters and the over the top epicness of these movies, but like these are the actual consequences. This is what actually happens afterwards. I really appreciate that. But that's what WandaVision did with Wanda and her crazy self, and that's what they're doing here with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and seeing like how they're affected by it, and the people around them are affected by it too.
Yeah.
That's top tier storytelling right there.
It's good. It's so far I'm thoroughly enjoying it. They didn't show much as far as no, even I wouldn't even say they didn't do anything interesting. Like I would say like even that's kind of wrong. Like this new like guerrilla group, I don't even know what their name is. I don't remember what the fuck they're called.
Yeah,
But,
that's
like,
what I meant by they didn't do anything interesting. I'll talk about it. It's the group and that
But
whole
they-
overarching
but
story.
Yeah, like the guy clearly has super strength. So
I was about to say
Yeah.
those people
he
are
is.
super people. Like those
Yeah,
are enhanced individuals. So like
And
there's a
then-
whole thing there that
And then the whole thing with Falcon feeling like he is not up to the task, up to the same level as Steve
as
to
yeah.
be the new Captain America, and then he gave up the shield. I was like, hey, take the shield, guys. I can't do this. Like this is not me. Like I can't.
Yeah, that was
live
pretty
up to
wild.
that. And then next thing you know, there's a new Captain America. They're like, hey, here's a
and
new
you
Captain
can tell
America.
and you can tell
And
like you could tell Falcon's like fuck I should have taken it because like
Exactly.
that's
You
not
can
right
tell-
either.
You can tell he's like, damn, what the fuck is this? Like, it's oh man, really.
It's
good
it's
episode.
it's really
a
good. I
I'm-
thoroughly enjoy both of them. I can't wait to see because like both of them together, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when their banter was hilarious. So like
have
them
good
as a
rapport,
show,
yeah.
you can tell like their chemistry is just gonna make this go. But even their individual storylines, like I'm really enjoying it already. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait for the next episode.
And then and the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier right now, he's ignoring Falcon. He's not even responding to his message. Like how they're gonna cross paths. Is Falcon
Yeah.
gonna go after him? It's just I enjoyed this episode a lot. I enjoyed it.
a lot.
That's a nice way to start things off. For
It was
sure.
okay. It was okay for me. I didn't like sure all that stuff. Yes, you guys are right. Whatever. But for me, I'm like, whatever. It's cool.
You're a hater and a
What's
bastard.
wrong with
It's
you?
it's not a hater. It's not a bastard. I acknowledge and yes, all those
It's not
things
a
were
bastard.
nice. But for me, I'm just like cool. Like here comes another episode where we're gonna see just here's the repercussions again. I get it. And then eventually
There's a lot of characters, Alex.
it's cool. But fuck them.
And it's a really big thing that happened.
Yes, I know, I understand all that, but I'm saying for me, I wanted something a little different from the show. Like I I really wanted to sort of start pushing the big story forward. And I know, yes, it's the first episode and all this other stuff, but for me, it didn't really go anywhere per se. It's like, oh, here comes another super group. Oh, here's another Hydra or whatever. So now it's like, here we go. It's just going to be another super powered fight at the end of it. Like, that's not anything different. And that's what I meant by that. It seems like it's going to go very cookie cutter from here on out. Like WandaVision was super different throughout, although it did end up in a superhero punch fest. But even that was a little different. This just looks like mental trauma, deal with that. They're going to come together, buddy help buddy, superhero fight at the end. That's going to be the show. That's what it feels like so far. And they're going to take down this group or whatever. Like that's just how it feels. And I truly hope it's not that. That's what I
that at all.
No, but
that's what I meant by cookie cutter, because that's every Marvel movie ever, especially the latter end when they started to get a little more quote unquote serious. Like, yes, because it's
trauma
episodic.
serious, Alex.
Yeah, no, I'm not ever downplaying that at all. What I'm getting at is this so far. Like, again, what you guys said was 100% accurate, but it's just gonna be a longer Marvel movie, which I mean, and I just mean like the formula is just gonna be stretched out. Like, you know, instead of having 30 minutes or 45 minutes of, oh, I'm emotionally, hurt or whatever from whatever happened, now we're going to get 1 or 2 episodes of it, which will equal about an hour and a half of it. So that's that first part of the Marvel movie. You know, that's what I mean. And that's what it feels like. I could be wrong. It could take a left turn somewhere and just go somewhere completely different, and they'll shake up the formula. But
see, I don't think that's a formula. That's just good storytelling. Like, there's a reason why the episodic formula works, because those cookie cutter scenes that you see, Alex, of like, oh, they're sad. You get to live with those in an episode basis. You actually feel for the characters. You actually are with the characters. Like, I felt more for Anthony Mackie here than I ever did in any of the other movies. Like,
I agree
he
with
felt
you.
like
Like,
a character.
don't
I feel
take
for
my
I feel for the
words.
Winter Soldiers. No, I know. I know, like,
Yeah.
I know that you're optimistic. You're not like saying, but I'm saying, like, that's important to, like, the episodic nature, even if that is the quote unquote run of the mill or like
Okay.
standard.
what I'm saying
Like,
is,
it
I
works
felt
well.
those things. I agree with you. I connected with the characters. The way I'm speaking is strictly on my thoughts of the overarching show based on where it started. I did connect with the characters. I did feel the whole family stuff. That I'm not talking about that specifically. I just mean, like, the way it started. Like, WandaVision started off in a place where I have no idea where this is gonna go. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, that led a sense of mystery, and maybe it is because we weren't supposed to get that first. Maybe this
I think that's
is
also important to know.
I think why, not that it left a bad taste in my mouth, because I did really like this. I said that was the first thing I said. I said I liked it. I guess it's coming off of that, like, because that left, I'm like, yo, that was super different. They're gonna start changing the game up, and now we get back to comfort zone. Like, I'm just gonna call it the Marvel comfort zone instead of calling it cookie cutter, because that has negative connotations. More back to traditional Marvel films. It's just like, oh, that's not exactly where that one left me feeling. You know what I'm saying? Especially because they're coming out relatively close together. So that's what I mean.
Is it really?
I wouldn't really call it cookie cutter though. Or
I
comfort.
just said I call
Right.
it comfort because, yeah, think of the latter phase 3 Marvel movies. They started to step away from, we're superheroes, badass, we don't give a fuck, nothing hurts us, and now they're going back into, like, Tony Stark. His whole thing was the repercussions, dealing with that. That's the new Marvel quote unquote comfort zone, and it's
That's
not negative
giving
when I
character
say it.
depth. That's not a comfort zone. That's giving characters depth.
I
That's not-
understand that. Like, I understand that, but what I'm saying
That's like
is,
you saying, I wish they would do some crazy shit because I don't like characters feeling.
except
That's what that
if I
sounds
wanted
like.
to say that, I would have just said that. That's not what I'm
But
saying.
I'm saying
It's
the way
like-
you're
it's like
coming
you're
off,
hearing
it's coming off
action,
like
it's
that.
like you're
Rafa,
hearing certain
am I
words.
wrong? Am I wrong in thinking that based on what he's saying?
No, like, what I'm getting from this is that, like yeah, of course, in the latter half of the Marvel films, the whole consequence of, like, their actions start becoming a main focus, right? But, like, with this, what they're doing with this show is, like, they're getting down and dirty with the regular people, not just the heroes. And also it shows, like, you know, not everybody's okay all the time, you know? Like, it's they're getting more in, it's like, I feel like they're putting a stop to all the superhero and shit and say, let's take a step back and just see how the human side of being a hero.
Right.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Well, more than they've done in the past, Alex. More than done in the past.
Listen
Yeah.
to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about this specific episode and getting into the trauma. I'm talking about the way WandaVision left, and going right from that to this for me was kind of not sort of a disappointment. Not saying the episode was bad, not saying I didn't like it, because again, I did like it and I agree. Yes, they are getting more human. I'm saying when comparing it to that, especially because that just ended like 2 weeks ago, you go into this, we're back at home in Marvel land. You know, like that. That's what I mean.
Why would you compare a show about magic and mystery to a show about two military men?
The same way I can compare Thor Ragnarok to Captain America 1. I can do that because they're in the same.
You shouldn't. They're
They're in
completely
the,
different films.
hey, guess what? When you make top 10, top 20 lists of movies in the same universe, you're comparing these movies. So yes, you
That's
can
different.
do that.
That's different. That's different if they're in the same umbrella versus this one
They
dealing
are in
with
the same
magic.
umbrella.
This one's dealing with military.
So I
stuff.
can't compare
like
WandaVision to
same
any
way
of
that
the
like
movies.
no, you can. I'm just saying that like there's
well
a difference
done.
between the Winter Soldier, the movie, and Thor. Like this one deals with magic, this one deals with mysticism.
I can still
and to
compare
say
'em.
that this one did something different than this one, it's like, well, this one's dealing with grounded real life things. This is magic, so of course this one's gonna feel different and new.
It's like
because
you're
it's
still
magic.
not listening to what I'm saying, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Oranges,
It's fine.
apples, Alex.
It's apples to oranges. is
Guess
what it
what?
is.
Bananas and peaches.
Guess what? They're all fruit, and I can compare the fruit. I
Right.
like this
And
fruit
if
better
you're doing
than
a
that
top
fruit.
10, if you're doing a top 10 list of fruit, but if you're talking about one is an apple and one's an orange, they're different.
But I
they're
can still compare
fruit.
them.
They're still movies.
Hey, and you know what? I'm glad you said that. I can go from eating an apple, my man, I really like this apple. I'm gonna eat this next fruit, have an orange. I'm like, wow, that is a different flavor that I was not expecting because of this.
I just
Same
feel
thing.
like maybe
Same
I
thing.
just
I
feel
like
maybe-
oranges.
like-
I like
I feel like-
apples. I just
I feel
wasn't
like
prepared
Alex-
for this orange.
I feel
That's
like Alex
it.
is spoiled. I think
I feel like that's
Alex
what
got,
it is,
you
yeah.
just got spoiled from WandaVision.
No, I feel like maybe I have a
Yeah.
different
Now
opinion
you
than
just
you guys.
want WandaVision. You just want WandaVision.
You just
In
want everything to be
cor-
WandaVision.
It's like, again, for the 9th time, you guys aren't listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
Oh, this is why Rafa does what he does. I
that
like
show,
this.
that show
They got
left
this
me in
side.
a place. That show left me in a place, and I'm like,
Where you
cool, I like
spoiled.
where that's going. Now we're over here, and it's like, oh, we're back. Not a bad thing for the
All right,
99th
nah,
time.
Nah.
Alex, check it out. This is what you're gonna do. Download a bunch of pictures of Anthony Mackie and Bucky. I don't know the actor's name, and then create a deep fake of the WandaVision first season.
Right.
So instead of being
So
Wanda,
the story
and-
makes no goddamn sense.
Instead of
Precisely.
Wanda and Vision, it's Anthony Mackie and Bucky
Right.
going to event, going through the
Right,
the
'cause you
episodes
know
of
how-
WandaVision. So
You know
then-
how Thanos ripped Anthony Mackie's forehead out?
yeah.
So like you
can
just
enjoy
do that. Yeah, you could enjoy that
There
that
you go.
one.
We
There
can
you
move
go,
off of
Alex.
this. We can move off of this. It's absolutely fine. I liked it. Can't wait for the next episode. So excited. 100 out of 10. Let's just get the fuck up out of here.
Nice. I'm glad.
All
you
right,
Hey,
agree-
well, I'm glad
agree
you
with
finally
this.
saw to reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about the big topic this week. The big
Oh,
big topic
shit.
this
The
week.
big one.
Roblox was worth $92 billion or some shit after it went public. Hey! All right, that's it. Now let's talk about the real topic this week. No, because we didn't mention it last week. And
Ace Ventura 3, baby.
Hey! Ace Ventura 3, baby. Oh, wait, real quick. I know we're joking because we want to talk about Zack Snyder, but Ace Ventura 3 happening. Ace Ventura 3, like being in the writer's room at this point, being created. Three thoughts came into my mind immediately. First thought, like
I had
the fanboy in me came out like, oh shit, we get a third one, I'm excited. Thought 2, Dumb and Dumber 2 was horrible. Thought 3, the Sonic writers are writing it. So I am a little, maybe this movie shouldn't happen. Is where I'm currently at.
And the Sonic wasn't bad. Sonic
I'm
was,
wholeheartedly
was
on this movie shouldn't happen. I love Ace Ventura, but it should have
Yeah.
stayed in the 90s. It should not come back.
It
there's-
depends.
There's jokes
None of
in
those
there
things.
that,
None
like,
of those things would work now. Like
yeah.
But that's the thing. Maybe in the right hands, in the right filmmakers, and maybe the Sonic people are these guys. If they don't try to just create the exact same movie, not the humor, but the exact same movie, because filmmaking evolved from that time. You can't really make a movie like that in those same way anymore, and it'll just feel outdated. But if they kept the character and kind of modernized him and tweaked his style of humor for now audience, I think it could work. But they have to, like, Dumb and Dumber failed because it tried to just do the exact same movie, same beats, same everything now. And that doesn't work. You just get this would have been funny in the 90s. You don't want that. You want to bring that character to the now. And
my question to you is, what would that look like to you for this movie? Because 90s movies, like, they don't have much depth. Like, well, that movie, for example, does not have much depth.
Not at all.
Not at all. So how would you? So in your eyes,
depth.
how would you modernize or give Ace Ventura: Pet Detective some depth, Alex?
Well, he doesn't.
And it sounds like I'm attacking you, or like, because you said also this movie shouldn't happen. So I'm. I don't take it that.
I don't take it that way. I don't take it as an attack.
I'm just like, how would you see this movie? How would you see Ace Ventura?
We can cop out. Hey, you can easily cop out. Do Shaft and do Bad Boys. Ace Ventura has a kid. And, like, you can easily do that. I don't want that.
I don't think Shaft did good anyway.
Wait. There is a kid version of Ace Ventura, by the way.
There is. Yeah, there
is. It's we're gonna talk about that.
So it's like, why would you want another?
Well, John, because I think it could work. Again, I am on the side of this movie probably shouldn't be happening, but it could work because it could just work. It could just work. Who knows? Who knows? It could be one of those things.
My rebuttal. Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Because
Ace Ventura 1 or 2 that the murderer was a woman guy, and he made so many jokes about her being transgender or something.
There's also gay jokes in there.
And like, that is why I think it could work. How do you
see that character making it into today without one pandering or two just like, oh, this just seems outdated?
Here's how. You just go for it. You go for it and you treat it. You just go for it.
Wow.
Like, no, I mean, like the
Hollywood, hire this man right now.
I mean in the same vein. I mean, in the same vein and the same humor that the first one, just go for the joke. Same way stand-up comedians go for the joke. You just go for it.
But even they're getting their asses handed to them for making those jokes.
You know what? That's the point of a stand-up comedian, and that was the point of Ace Ventura, to make those jokes.
Was Ace Ventura the point to be like,
to make
fuck you, society?
Yeah, I know, right? Ace Ventura.
That's not. Go back and tell me where I said that. I meant the point of that movie was to be funny. The point of that movie, the point of that movie was to be funny in the shock value terms. He was talking out his asshole, like. People didn't do that. That's shock. I
don't think he was doing it to be. I think because that's just Jim Carrey's fucking humor. But I don't think Jim Carrey's humor works anymore. I just don't think it does.
I think it does. Sonic the Hedgehog. The best scenes in that movie was when Jim Carrey was now Jim Carrey. Say it wasn't. Say I'm wrong.
Sure, but it was a toned down Jim Carrey.
Yes,
okay, that was a super
toned
toned down. He wasn't talking out his ass. Dr. Robotnik wasn't fucking squeezing nipples out of the silhouette. Like, no, that shit don't work.
Dr. Robotnik didn't come out of an asshole of a rhino.
That shit is hilarious.
It is hilarious, but it's a product of the 90s.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't even need depth. It's a fucking Ace Ventura movie. We can bring back slapstick comedy. Just do it correctly.
Alex, Dumb and Dumber. How do you do that? How do you do that correctly? How do you do slapstick correctly?
Dumb and Dumber could have been done right, but the story was horrible. Is what happened there.
And that's my question to you. It's like, how the fuck do you make something which is specifically only slapstick and stupid humor, a bullshit story?
Ace Ventura had a point. What are you talking about? He saved the animals. He's a pet detective.
He saved the animals.
Ace Ventura's movies was a parody on movies back then, just tied together with the animal twist and him being crazy in those scenes. You know that, right? It even opened up with a cliffhanger, the movie cliffhanger spoof with the raccoon. That was a Sylvester Stallone movie. You're telling me they can't remake movies now with the animal twist and it won't be good? Yes, it can. That's the whole point of that movie. That's how that worked. Ace Ventura was so good because it was spoofing old movies.
Ace Ventura was so good because Jim Carrey's a jackass.
That
not
too.
overhear.
That too. But what I'm saying is Ace Ventura. A lot of those jokes and a lot of stuff were play on the movie tropes and movies that were popular at the time.
If
So
Jim
we
Carrey
haven't
was
had
not,
we haven't had a spoof movie that was worth a damn. Actually, we haven't had a spoof movie in a long time. That
Good,
genre
'cause it
killed
trash.
itself.
Can
Yes,
we
that
just
genre
say
killed
that
itself.
Wouldn't you just say that that was just a product of the time, and maybe it should just
Again,
stay that way?
I agree. Again,
The
you're
only
coming
reason
at me
those
like
movies
I'm writing
work-
this movie. I agree with you. It probably shouldn't happen.
because you're defending and you're
You're
saying
defending
like,
it
oh,
pretty
it
hard.
could work because X, Y, and Z. And
You asked
technically, yeah,
me. You asked
hold
me.
on,
I
I'm trying to
said.
say, excuse me. And yes, technically you're being put in this situation, but I'm like, even those arguments, it's like I don't even think that's worth the effort. Like, no, I don't. I love Jim Carrey. I love Ace Ventura, but like, I just don't. It's a thing that should be coming back. Like I just don't. I just don't think it'll work.
Like Jim Carrey is the only reason those movies were funny. Because
Yeah.
remember the Rob Schneider movie, The Animal, where it became an animal and he was acting like an animal.
I know you're not comparing Ace Ventura to the animal. I know this isn't
Remember
happening.
Monkey
right now.
Bone?
Right.
Remember
also,
Monkey Bone?
I
also-
know this isn't happening.
Remember
Also,
Monkey Bone?
my original rebuttal to everything you're saying, Alex, is The Mask 2, Son of the Mask. Done.
He wasn't in
Yeah.
that.
No sequels for Jim Carrey.
He wasn't in that.
Doesn't matter. No sequels.
That was
I
Jamie
feel like
Kennedy.
It should. I feel like
No
it should
sequels.
if you're talking about Jim
You
Carrey
know,
movies.
okay,
No.
so that means that Matthew Broderick should never have another movie because Inspector Gadget 2 came out and he wasn't in it.
Right.
That
And it
movie
was
sucked.
horrible.
That was
Yeah, he
awful.
wasn't in that.
Let's
And
see.
you know
George
what?
of the
You see
Jungle
how
2.
there's no
Brendan
more?
Fraser should never be in another
Brendan
movie.
Fraser
because
is a horrible actor, first of all.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's
Not.
not.
I was on your
Let's
side,
not-
Rafa. I
Let's
was
not
on
go
your
down. Let's
side.
not go down that path again, boys. Let's stay on.
Brendan Fraser is
stay on
not a
track.
horrible
Not.
actor.
Let's not go down that path. We already had that. We already had the discussion.
We can no that whenever you bring Brendan Fraser's name down into the mud like this, we can go down this
Yeah.
path. I will fucking fight
No.
you on this.
Yeah,
one.
I don't
Brendan
I'm not
Fraser is
following you.
not-
I'm not following you.
I don't
down this
appreciate
path.
this at all.
Let's see. The Mask was great. Jim Carrey's in
Yes,
it. The
Yes.
Mask 2 was a piece of shit,
not in it.
right?
I feel like you're just
Alex.
saying that these characters should just continue they
Dumb-
should have been in it. Like,
Dumb and Dumber was great. The original.
Yes,
Dumb and Dumber 2 sucked complete dog ass.
yes, it did.
All right.
Although I have to rewatch it because it might make me laugh now. Who knows?
Ace Ventura 1 and 2 were good, but they were like kind of close to each other, right? And then like Ace Ventura 3 is gonna suck donkey dick.
There's literally no way for you to know that. Like no way.
It's a track record here, Alex. It's a
By
track
that-
record.
guys,
All right,
guys,
all right,
real
all right.
quick, the guy I'm fighting in Injustice, I beat him so bad that we're just teabagging really fast. I'm
Full
sorry.
stop. You,
I'm
you
sorry,
Rafa
but,
derailed
like,
the conversation for that.
I'm sorry, but like I've never had this happen before. He hit me. I must murder him now. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
Well, what's other Jim Carrey movies he's done?
The Truman
Ancient
Show.
movies. But that doesn't have a sequel. Like, what has sequels?
Jim Carrey doesn't do sequels. Like, I think the
Exactly.
only sequel he did was
Exactly, Alex, and that's
and
my
Dumber.
point.
Are you
That's
saying
my
that
point.
he shouldn't have sequels? Is that what you're saying?
No, he
Oh,
shouldn't.
my bad. He's doing Sonic the
One
Hedgehog
else.
too.
He's Dr.
Looks
Looks like I
Robotnik.
win.
But that's different.
Looks
That's
like I
good,
win.
though. That's a good. That's the one out of the million movies.
Jim
That's
Carrey
so
has
complete.
has a ton of great movies. I'm not doing this. Let's talk about the only sequel
I
that
love Jim
matters
Carrey, by the
today.
way.
Let's talk about the only sequel that matters today.
The reason I'm playing this game, I'm sorry, friend that I murdered online. Go ahead.
All right, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
It's finally here.
Yeah.
So it's been
so-
years in the making. The internet movement, all of this shit, all the actors coming out and saying, "Hey man, there's a cut out here that's actually good. We filmed a bunch of shit. Jared Leto was right. Rafa's wrong about Brendan Fraser. Years later, here we go.
Hey.
Zack
Right.
Snyder's Justice League's here, baby.
agree.
The 4-hour superhero extravaganza orgy fest full of nutting everywhere.
Slow
shot-
motion.
Shot in
beautiful
4:3.
bodies. The square on my screen. I got a big TV, but Zack Snyder said,
Okay.
"No, you got a small TV today."
Say,
Yeah, I
remember
was
the
like, what
TVs in the
fuck is
90s?
this?
Remember the TVs in the 90s? This is what we saw back then. Man. Full spoilers for Zack Snyder's Justice League. If you don't want to hear it, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Or if another topic spawns, go to the next timestamp. But if not, love you. Thank you for everything. See you next week. Dude. Before we like get into this movie, because this is a lot of movie to get into, a lot.
2 movies,
4 hours.
I just want to say one thing and one thing only to set the tone of this conversation, at least the tone that I'm going into this conversation with. I don't know. Well, John, I know how you feel because we saw it together. Rafa, I don't know anything about your opinion on this film, so I'm excited to hear what you have to say. But for me, the tone that I'm going into this conversation is 2 words and 2 words only. Fuck Whedon.
Yep.
That is it. That is how I'm going into this conversation. Because
it's whether you like the movie or not, it's fuck Whedon. It's fuck Joss Whedon.
100%. Not, and this isn't even including all the shit that came out about him that we talked about a bit ago.
Right.
This is
we did
strictly
touch on this stuff.
Strictly on the merit of his filmmaking skills and what he did to this project. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Justice League is a testament to just how important a director's vision is, and just how important a director is. Which, I mean, obviously, duh, but just how not anybody can just be in that chair. Number 1, and number 2, the power and just importance of editing, pacing, like just this movie is just how it just shows, it highlights the importance of that team and for everybody to be on the same page. That is what the number 1 thing this movie showed me. Not showed me because I knew, but it should highlight it for everybody. You know, this is what happens when you let the people you hired, which we've said on this podcast many times, the people you hired to just do the job you hired them for, and let them do it.
Like trust.
Because goddamn, this movie it was a completely different thing from the original Justice League that we got, and it was a far superior version of the Justice League. And this
you're speaking strictly comparing it to the Whedon version, or just as film in general?
To Whedon, to that version. I'm doing a 1-in-1 comparison here, because obviously, you know, this movie's overriding that movie. First time it ever really happened like this.
Right.
We talked about it before. I was always curious. I'm like, what scenes did they use? You know, what was in Snyder's original plan? What was Joss Whedon's shit? Man, yeah. There's so much to get into, but speak very generally. Even the scenes that Joss Whedon used from Zack Snyder stuff, he somehow made those scenes look shitty in the Joss Whedon version. Like, but the scene that I think about the most that I was hoping didn't end up in the Snyder cut, but it did, and it was way better, was the Wonder Woman sequence when she was stopping those bank robbers, the explosions, those people. That scene in Joss Whedon's version was horrible. It was cringe, all of it. There was no level. It was just disgusting. On this one, it was a really great scene, and I had chills in the fight scene, even though I knew what was happening. I'm like, yo, this is some cool shit. That's just one example of just the differences. Same exact scene, same exact footage, 2 very different feelings you walk out with. That's how important music and score is. But I'll just say it. I love this movie. Honestly,
you might as well just
I know,
jizzed all over the movie. It ain't no before.
Yeah, I love this movie. This is by far my favorite thing to ever come out of the DCU. Like, no hype or anything around it. I really, really think this is the best of the DCU that they put out so far. Well, that's it, because I mean the DCU at that stage I think it's over. But it's Man of Steel. It's this right and then Man of Steel. Yeah, like this and Man of Steel is top tier DCU, and it's unfortunate that we won't get to see anymore. Maybe.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
We will
wink,
see.
Wink.
We will see what happens there.
But I jizzed on it. Go ahead. Anybody else can talk about it before we get into the conversation?
That's how you. As far as overall movie, I think yes. It's comparing it to the Whedon version. It is better. It just is. Everything about it. The characters feel like themselves to me. I liked Snyder's I liked Snyder's style with the DC EU. Like, and I think this is like, yes, it shows the importance of a director, but it also shows the importance of having a plan and allowing that plan to go. That's the difference between the MCU and the DC EU. DC EU, right? DC EU, is that what it's called? The DC universe, the cinematic universe.
Whatever, yeah.
Kevin Feige was the one who like helmed the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, they had a plan from the get-go. Snyder had a plan, but Warner Brothers didn't like that plan, and they decided to Warner Brothers it up. And it's like, this is why you need that. Why you need one person or a group and a plan. You can't just copy the formula without literally copying the formula. Like, they had somebody to get you there. You can't just fucking go off. They didn't just make money to make money. No, they had a plan. And Snyder had one. But Warner Bros. For some reason didn't like it because it was too dark and it wasn't exactly like Avengers. But I liked it, man. I liked it a lot. I like Zack Snyder as a director in general. But this is as far as movie go, I'm happy that he finally got his vision realized at the very least, whether movie or not, like whether it's good or not. I'm glad that he got the chance to release it because even with everything, like I know he had like what is it? I want to say the word. I wouldn't say traumatic, but it is traumatic. Just a sad, unfortunate thing that happened with him and his family. And it's like, it sucks that it happened in the middle of a thing that I know he was super proud of. And then on top of that thing happen, the studio fucks up the thing that you worked so hard on. Like, that's a double whammy. So for him to finally realize his vision, I'm just happy on that front. As far as movie, it's great. The action was great. Superman's face doesn't look fucking weird. Everybody was dope. Batman's not fucking annoying to me. Ezra Miller as the Flash was funny because not everybody's fucking funny in this goddamn movie. Like, it was good. That Cyborg as a character is a character to me. Like, I enjoyed him 10 times more. But it's just overall a really great movie. I have minor gripes that we can get into when we get into spoiler talk. But overall, I did enjoy this movie way better. I enjoyed this movie. Let's just say that compared to the Joss Whedon version, that's already better. But I won't jizz on it too much so that we can get into spoilers. But Rafa, I'm very curious because I don't think you care that much about the DCU at all, right?
Before this, no, I didn't give a rat's ass about the DCU. The only thing that I saw the first Wonder Woman. I didn't really care for it. I enjoyed it. I didn't care for it that much, but my mom wanted to see it. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's go watch Wonder Woman. So we saw Wonder Woman. So that's kind of like a little special thing for me, even though the movie's okay. Wonder Woman 2 was some jank shit. So that was great.
It was some jank shit.
Let's see, Aquaman. I couldn't finish Aquaman. Batman vs Superman was some more jank shit. Let me see. The only movie that I really actually sat there and enjoyed was Shazam with that guy. Whatever that actor's name is.
Zach. No, I was gonna say Zach Levi.
Zachary Levi. No,
I think
it's Zachary Levi.
Isn't it Zachary Levi?
Well,
it is Zachary Levi.
I always mix. I think there's a Bulls player that has like a similar name, so I mix it up.
Michael Jordan.
It's obviously LeBron James.
Zachary Levi is the guy.
I told you that.
So that was my favorite DC movie up to this point.
Shazam was your favorite?
Yeah, dude come on. Look at the lineup. I was just going through it right now. I don't think I saw Man of Steel.
Oh, okay.
So
I would give Man of Steel. I would give it a chance.
But yeah, no, I went into this watching. I'm like, okay, you know, I tried to watch the original Justice League back in the day when it. I don't remember where I was trying to watch. I think I think I was selling sales in the seas. You know, being a pirate.
Yeah, gotcha.
I was like, what are you talking about?
And I think I tried watching it, and then like I'm sitting, I was like 15 minutes in. I'm like, this is boring as shit, and I just turned it off. I never finished it, and I don't plan on going back and finishing it. I don't need to, because this movie right here is some good shit. This is the best DCU movie, hands down. And like, and I like that it's doing it's its own thing. It is actually its own separate thing. Like I know people, I mean myself included, have complained about how DC was trying to do what Marvel was trying to do. You know, trying to copy them, whatever. This is his own thing. Marvel hasn't done something like this. Like this is dark, but it still has those hints of humor and the dialogue in there. You know, but it's not forced and it's not that cheesy ass humor. Like it's just you know small nice quips here and there, especially between Alfred and Batman, like especially them two. And then of course when Barry Allen gets involved, like he is the comedy relief character and he was great. I loved him. Everybody worked well together. I like, and then the thing that I really loved about this movie is that they give you their backstories of every single character for the most part. They really don't do it with Wonder Woman because I mean Wonder Woman has her own movies. That's her backstory. We don't need that recap. Right? Wonder Woman is fine. Yeah. We know who she is. But with Cyborg, with Barry Allen, you know, with Aquaman, even though he has his own movie, you kind of get more of an idea of like where he's at dealing with Atlantis. Like he just doesn't want to be around them at all, right? You know. So like it still was kind of nice to kind of get that little recap for someone like me who didn't watch Aquaman. But like overall, this was like it was a nice ensemble piece, but for me it felt more like Cyborg and Friends.
Yeah.
And I am okay with that 100% because Cyborg had his story was just top tier, dude. What he went through, what he went through as a, you know, trying to accept himself for who he was and just like really being like it's just the storytelling was top notch. The action was fucking great. It was funny, like and I like the idea of like they were killing people. Like Batman was killing they were killing monsters, but like there was death. Death was happening.
No, Wonder Woman straight up murdered
people.
No,
like 5 people.
Yes.
There was literally blood on the walls.
No, yes, there was blood on the wall, dude. And then I'm straight gonna spoil shit left and right now.
Well, let's get into it.
We're getting into the spoiler. Let's get into it.
But at that when they were fighting Steppenwolf, and like he was already dead, bro. He got stabbed in the chest by Aquaman, and he was getting sent to the portal. And then Wonder Woman came with that Mortal Kombat type shit and just cut his head off. Like, he's already dead. He's already dead. But fine, cut his head off. Like
he was
not?
literally bleeding out.
Yeah,
they stabbed him in the chest, and then they decapitated him.
I feel like that was a message. That was
it
more
was
of
definitely
a message.
It was definitely a message.
Yeah.
Darkseid, we're coming for your ass. Watch out. And I love the buildup of Darkseid because like he feels like a menace. He feels like, bro, we're about to get into some shit. Like this is war coming up here. You know, Stephen was badass too. Like he was, you know, he was overpowered. He was beating their ass. Like he was doing his thing. But you know, it felt like. The second Superman got there was kind of like a One Punch Man type thing. You know, he was just whooping his ass left and right. Like Superman showed up and Steppenwolf couldn't keep up anymore.
Real quick, before we continue, like, how do you feel about because it's obviously the same movie but different, right? So as far as Steppenwolf goes in this movie, how do you guys like him compared to how he was in?
Well,
I feel like he was an actual fucking character.
I don't know.
Oh, you
didn't even get. Oh, you don't even know. No. So do you even know what he looks like?
I'm assuming he looks like this, right?
No. They changed everything. They changed everything.
Yeah. He looks cool in this, like his armor moves and shit like that.
No. So
he looks great.
The Snyder Steppenwolf is a far superior version in every way. He looks more like an actual villain. Like he feels his story. Like something this movie did that the other Justice League did not do is give Steppenwolf a point. Like Steppenwolf in Zack Snyder's like you find out why he's there, why he's doing what he's doing, and not just so Darkseid can come and get his planet. That's not why he's doing it. He's doing it because he betrayed the I'm just gonna call it the leaders. He betrayed them somehow, and he's kind of paying for it. His punishment is to go out and get 50,000 worlds for Darkseid.
He's trying to redeem himself. And
exactly.
He's trying to come home. He's trying to come home.
Yeah.
So he's trying to go home, and there's like emotional levity to this character now. Like
great motivation.
All he wants to do is get home. Like that's and you feel for him in that scene where he's playing. Like you see it in his eyes. Like this man just wants to go home. He'll do whatever it takes.
You can tell he's like, I just want to be in Darkseid's good graces. You can tell like that's his straight motivation. And in the middle of it, he's like, I got some that I know will bring me back, and I know Darkseid will be super happy with. And it's
Yeah.
like it's
So-
like Darkseid's his dad, and he wants him to be proud of him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
So
exactly what it felt like.
in Whedon's, there was no point. He just showed up. Like the Joss Whedon version rushed through everything. It did such a poor job. It doesn't really explain why the mother boxes were even on this fucking planet. Steppenwolf just shows up out of nowhere looking like a skinny
Looking
little
for
bitch,
him.
just talking shit. No real like you don't know why he wants these boxes. They don't explain anything
Nah, fam.
at all. It's just literally Whedon's version is, hey, there's 3 boxes. There's this big horn motherfucker coming to get them. Let's not give it to him because that doesn't look so good. And then they explain it in a way that when the 3 boxes combine, bad things happen. Like that literally is how they explain the boxes.
They just
in
said end of the
Whedon's
world,
version.
but they didn't say like why.
Yeah.
You know.
They didn't say what it was. They didn't say anything like that. So there was a sequence in this movie where it's actually the conversation where they make the decision to try to bring back Superman. That scene played entirely different in both sequences. Whedon's was full of jokes, and in Whedon's, Batman sounded legitimately a little crazy. His whole thing was, he may come back as, this crazy ass dude. He might not be Superman.
Yeah, that
but we
shit
have to
didn't make
try.
any fucking
we
sense.
have to try. And everybody else like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Batman's like, no, we need him because we need him. And that's that. And everybody's like, what if he comes back and tries to kill everybody? And then Barry makes a joke that he said like Pet Cemetery, which I thought was really funny. But that was it. That was the whole reason. And they're like, let's try to do it. In this sequence, when they in Snyder's version, when they explain it, they explain to you what the mother boxes do, what they're capable of. The fact that they change matter around. They explain the concept of matter, how it doesn't go away, it just changes. So dead to life, life to dead, dust to
You
fire.
got some science with you, yeah.
Yeah, so you feel the gravity now. You're like, there's some actual real science to this mystical stuff, and then in the conversation, it feels like they organically through Cyborg's story got to the point like, hey, this might be able to actually bring back Superman because his cells don't decay; they're kind of just there, and everybody's like, you know what? It's worth a shot. Everybody's kind of like, we should try it, but
They're hesitantly
hesitation there.
trying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like it feels like a real decision. Like you're like, man, like
No,
we
it
do
felt like-
need him because we should do this. Whereas in the other one, Batman came off like a lunatic.
Like that would be like the natural thing. It's like, hey, this dude was close to death. It reanimated him. We know a guy whose cells lie dormant. What if we try it with him? And it's like,
and
shit, like that makes sense.
yeah, and then
Fucking-
from
that made
there
sense.
when they actually revived Superman. So this was a scene in Whedon's that really made me upset. So the scene, I'm gonna explain it, Rafa, because you haven't seen this part. So the scene where Superman is already back, right? Where he's back alive and he doesn't know who he is. In Whedon's version, it played out very similar. They still fought. The fight sequence in Snyder's was way better, but they still fought, and Batman had a contingency in place, which was Lois Lane.
Was Lois.
So yeah, Lois.
Somehow he called
So
Lois up and was like, "Hey, show up,
right?
In case,
And-
in
and,
case,
you know-
in case Superman decides to go evil, you're here." Like they were just
Yeah,
ready
'cause-
for some reason.
Yeah, because in the conversation that they had where Batman was like, yo, we got to do it. He's like, don't worry. I always, he tried to play that thing that he does in the comics. I always have a
Lois has a
contingency
plan,
plan.
yeah.
He played that off, and it turns out to be Lois. Whereas in this movie, she was just doing her depressing routine, where she would just go back to the statue of Superman to kind of
She
get,
just so happened to be there. Yeah.
yeah, she just happened to be there. That felt more like a realer situation than Batman deciding to say, hey, let's put this human in danger in case Superman goes off the rails.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
closer to the characters. And like that whole discussion of like, let's bring Superman back. Like Aquaman in the Whedon version was like, you lose a part of your soul when you die. It's like, how do you fucking know that? What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, how many reanimated corpses have you seen, bro? Like they're over here
Yeah,
like, is that
there's-
even possible? And it's like, but what if he comes back like Pet Cemetery? It's like, why would that even be? And like, why would you even think about that in the hey, the world might fucking end. We need the super being.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Like, no, it
it's-
makes sense for you to not think about that.
like it's difficult to talk about the new
It's
movie.
night
without
and
keep
day,
going
bro.
back to
It's
the last
night
one.
and day. Yeah.
But like the subtle changes that, well, I'm assuming Whedon felt like they were making subtle changes, drastically altered everything. Like
Yeah.
from character motivation to just how these characters acted. Because that opening sequence in the original when Batman was trying to get the bug thing that feeds on fear.
The
he
parademon.
already the parademon. He already knew about them at the beginning of that movie, when technically he didn't know about them until Wonder Woman kind of told him a little later on.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
it's just
these
a
things
whole
exist.
bunch of but anyway, we're not talking about that movie.
We
yeah, man,
kind of have to. It's the same movie.
Yeah, we do, but
Well,
but
you
in
technically
Snyder's-
can't, Rafa, because you ain't see it. But it's
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
like the obvious conversation is how it doesn't
Yeah.
hold up to the other one, and like you can't really get into why the Snyder version is so much better without comparing it to the Whedon version. And there's so many reasons why.
well, here I'll make a blanket statement that'll just kind of cover everything, so we can stop going back and forth. Every scene that they did use in both versions, the Snyder version is far superior. We'll just do that because
Yeah, I guess,
it's
yeah,
true.
that's
I don't think there's a scene that Whedon's version did better than anything over here.
There's not a damn thing Whedon did that was
Yeah.
considered good.
Yeah. So the story and pacing, because the biggest takeaway for me was the pacing of this movie. The pacing in the first one, absolutely horrible. Rushed through everything. This one, the pacing, he had the time. He had 4 hours. He gave himself 4 hours. You can grow with these characters yourself. You can get to know them. You can love them. Whatever. Make your own opinions about them. So by the time they get to the end point, you've been on this 4 hour journey with them. That's not a little bit of time. I felt everybody was established. Rafa nailed it on the head. It actually felt like a good ensemble, not just a bunch of randoms, gonna fight this dude in the face.
Right.
Did we already touch on? I know we don't want to keep going to the Whedon version, but did we already touch on the fact that like there was no cyborg backstory or any cyborg character development at all in Whedon's version?
In the original,
Like,
no,
Rafa,
no.
all-
Rafa just
all
said
that
this
That's
was a
stuff
so
that
cyborg
you
movie.
ugly.
Like,
He had the
imagine
best
all-
story of
All that
them.
shit gone, was not there.
That's fucking bullshit.
So
he's
so
a
when you
giant.
see
He's
this,
a big part of the story. What?
exactly. So when you see this
Exactly.
movie, it's like, now I know why Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, would be so upset, because
I would
it's
be
like,
upset too.
bro, you just took out my whole character for this piece of shit movie.
And not even that. Like he had giant things happen because of him, specifically because of him.
Yep.
Right. Like his story directly impacts the story.
The
Like,
main story. Yeah.
His story is the movie. He is
Yeah.
It
a
is.
part of the mother box. It's like that's his story.
his his creation
I'm
comes
telling
from,
you, like, I'm telling you, it feels like
All
Cyborg
of
and
it.
Friends. Not to put down everybody else, but like for me, out of everybody, I was like, when the movie had most of my attention was when Cyborg was on screen.
I agree.
He's the one I
Yeah.
connected with him the most out of everybody else, And again, not to take away from everybody else, like everybody, like Aquaman was such a badass. He's really really cool to see him do his thing. Try because I know DC's trying to make or they've been trying to make Aquaman cool because Aquaman always been that joke of a superhero.
Yeah.
Barry Allen, he's hilarious, and I also, by the way, I love that Barry Allen does not know how to fight because he's not a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a superhero. At
Yeah.
this point in time here, he's not a superhero. He runs really fast and saves people or whatever, but like he's never really been in combat. Like the one time he actually did anything, he pushed someone. He just pushed someone and they went flying, but they still were able to incorporate him in ways where he was still effective. Like he literally went back in time. He ran so fast he went back in time.
Oh man,
know.
I know. I'm glad you said that.
yeah.
I know we said that we weren't gonna go back again, but I have to. In these Whedon cut, so light speed was never mentioned. Time travel was never mentioned. That whole third act where the plot revolved around him going, obviously in this version they went all the way with it. Dark Side
Yeah,
and
they
stuff
mentioned the
was
Speed
one in this
Force
movie.
and-
Yeah. So Darkseid in Snyder's, for all intents and purposes, Steppenwolf succeeded. Like the Justice League failed,
Right.
but Flash was able to break his one rule, go past the speed of light and reverse time, which was a fucking amazing sequence to look at.
It was really
like when Cyborg was rebuilt,
dude.
like when when they were coming back, dude, that looked
they
amazing.
literally
their-
you saw
their
their meat, their skeleton, like just come
skull,
back.
Yeah,
That was so cool.
really-
Oh,
In the original movie, no mention of light speed.
Nope.
Even bringing back Superman, the conversation was sometimes when I go really fast, I let out this energy. That was the extent of the conversation, and they were like, "Fuck it, let's try that. Touch the box."
he's like, yeah, if I run fast enough, I can conduct lightning. But
yeah,
it's like-
energy. Some shit. Like it was like the dumb. Like you know how when we did Does It Hold Up games, I would break down the stories in a really horrible way. It was like that. It was that, but that was like that was on purpose. And even in that sequence, because you know how technically he went past the speed of light and the box touched the water, but he was going so fast he reversed time for a second to bring it back up to touch it.
Yeah.
Didn't happen in the original. He just touched it after it went in the water.
He hit it spot on. Like he got there right on time.
Yeah. There was
Which
no
is also
mention of
kinda lame,
multiverses.
too.
There was there was no mention of multiverses, no mention of time travel, time manipulation, none of that. None of that.
Did he mention the Speed Force like he did in the
Nope.
beginning?
Nope.
That's
Nothing.
lame.
Nothing. It was strictly
There's
I'm
nothing
fast.
like that.
I'm fast, and when
Yeah,
I'm
it's
fast,
just yeah.
fast
I
things
make
happen.
lightning.
That's it. Yeah.
It's like when I'm fast, I make
Uh,
lightning.
But yeah, just I don't even know what we're talking about. Just comparing the Flash's character and his powers. Yeah,
Yeah, just him as a character,
100%
yeah.
correct. One thing that Zack Snyder did and that was so well done in this movie was that he captured the character, his version of the characters, in a way that felt real and correct to the subject material. Obviously, there are some
Into
subtle
the
differences
universe
here
that
and
he was
there, but
creating too. Yeah.
Exactly. But his Batman, his Superman, his Wonder Woman, his Cyborg, and his Flash were Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, like respectively. You know, in this universe, they didn't
No, it
feel that way
worked.
in the other one. Yeah, everything worked. That really felt like Superman. That really felt like Batman. Wonder Woman, I loved her in this movie. Flash, I loved him in the original, but I love him more now because he's actually the Flash. He's not just some funny fast guy. And then
Yeah, no.
Cyborg,
Right. Like
is a character.
he's my favorite one. He's my
so-
favorite character of the whole movie.
Yeah.
He was amazing. I love Flash's introduction where he's trying to get a job at the pet store. I guess what it was.
That wasn't
Like
even
the
in
grooming-
the
yeah.
that wasn't even in the
wasn't?
Obedient cut.
Wow.
No.
I
We got
love-
introduced to the Flash when he was talking to his dad. That's how we introduced it, and it
wow.
immediately went into the Bruce Wayne, join the Justice League, please.
Yeah.
Went right
Yeah.
into it.
I love that he went so fast that he tore off his shoes. Like that was
Yeah.
such a cool thing. And
Yeah.
then like when you see the glass bend, because that's how fast. Like it was just such a cool sequence. Like that was a lot of fun to watch. I was gonna say something. Forgot.
Why you think about that, Rafa? I want you to go back and watch the other one with
don't
this
want
one
to.
in mind.
And
Do it in the
just to-
spirit
just
of
to
like
do
a B movie.
comparison. Just to do a
Yeah,
comparison.
yeah.
No, not
Okay.
even like a B movie. Like just
No,
compare.
I mean like that mindset.
because
Not,
you're
not
not
to
gonna.
enjoy
No,
it.
no, 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 no.
Okay, all right,
No,
all right.
you
My
watch
bad.
B
Okay, I take
movies
that back.
to
I take that
enjoy
back.
it. You're not
I
gonna
take it back.
enjoy
I take it back.
Okay.
I take
Keep
it back.
that in mind.
Do
Like if you've never watched,
just-
if you've never watched Whedon's Justice League and you watch Snyder's, just watch it just so you can see how drastic. It's two different. It's night
Yeah.
and day. Two different
Yeah.
movies.
And you know
it's-
what? This movie does give a reason to go back because you know when you saw the original, you wanted to see how the story went, so Justice League. But now when you go back and watch it, you like I want to know how they fucked this up because that's
It's
not
like,
what that
why
movie
this
is.
is even
It's-
happening. Yeah, it's like why did we
Yeah.
even get a 4-hour Justice League movie? Well, this is why. Like, just watch it, dude. It's really bad.
Yeah.
You're not gonna enjoy it.
It's way more interesting. It's way more interesting now to go back and see
from
it.
the,
Shit.
Just from the thought of like this whole thing is happening and why it's happening, and just to get that comparison, not for enjoyment because there's nothing to enjoy from that movie.
Okay.
Like-
Well, I will eventually get around to watching it. I'm not making
Yeah.
any promises.
Take your
for next
time
week.
with it, King.
Take your time. Take your
But
time.
also, it was we're talking about the characters that everybody knows, but it was also really cool to see Martian Manhunter show up.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was necessary.
I didn't expect that. I mean, he did play a somewhat important part in there. He motivated Lois to stop being so depressed.
Yeah.
So
He was the
I
reason why she
agree.
got out the apartment that day when Superman came back.
Yeah. So like
I agree.
he's somewhat playing part. I don't know why he wouldn't get more involved. I don't know why he had to wait until they kind of
That was also my thing. It's like why like, or maybe he doesn't know exactly what's going on.
Like,
I don't know. I feel like he should have made his presence known more.
I feel like he knew just because he went to Lois, and like, hey,
Well,
stop being depressed.
that was a thing from Man of Steel. That was a character in Man of Steel that you didn't.
He's the general guy.
You didn't know. I didn't know he was the Martian Manhunter because I'm not too familiar with his character. But that character, that general, was in Man of Steel, so they had a relationship in the past. Not like a relationship, but they knew each other and they talked a lot, especially with the events of that movie. So it felt when he came out and transformed back, I'm like, oh, that's why Martian Manhunter knows him, because it's that general. Like he helped her out in Man of Steel.
Friends.
Like they were friends. So
Right, but
He
I'm
was
saying,
also
why-
there. He was also there in Batman v Superman. Like he's just in that universe.
Well, why didn't he show up when the chance of Darkseid showing up was there?
That was
I don't-
that was
I
also
don't
my
think he
thing.
knew.
as well.
But to
I
be
don't think he
fair-
knew.
To be fair, though, we kind of give Marvel that pass when shit goes down in their movies, where like, why is this person here? Why is this person here?
The difference is with Marvel, why we hark on them so much, is because when their like super crazy events happen, it's dead ass in like New York and like cameras everywhere. This happened in
it's
an abandoned
literally
town
in their
somewhere,
neighborhood.
like
True, it
literally
was an
they
abandoned
might have
city.
the rest
It
of the
was an abandoned
world.
city.
Yeah, the rest of the world might have felt an earthquake or something, but they didn't know. The Justice League was able to get in there before it got out of hand. When the Avengers get involved, the world is in trouble already, and something bad happened, or we're about to make it worse. Like that's what the Avengers do.
But you don't think the Martian Manhunter knows about the mother boxes? You don't think he was able to tell?
I don't know.
That was
I-
what's going
I don't know
on?
about
feel
the
like he
I don't know about
would.
the mother boxes, but I feel like
Superman
he would know
didn't
something.
know. Superman didn't know. Wonder Woman had an idea of it, like, and her culture was protecting it. So like it was. I feel like it's one of those things that got lost in time because it happened so long ago. So
Well, yeah, like even the
maybe didn't
humans
know
had
about
no
it.
idea. Like like they said
Yeah.
that the humans, it's been so long, they won't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Like so they probably
Yeah.
wanted it to be lost in history, so that if Darkseid comes back, literally nobody knows.
Also, it was
Yeah.
really, really cool to see the Green Lantern, like a Green Lantern in the beginning, and that back in the day fight scene with Zeus.
He
and
was also in the Whedon cut, but
See, John says he wasn't the original, but I don't remember that.
he was.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
He
At all.
that
he
fight
was.
scene.
I-
That fight scene was in the original.
Was bad at no. Well, it was there was a
ish,
fight scene
ish.
in the original.
Yeah.
It wasn't Darkseid who dropped in. It was Steppenwolf, and he was just fighting to fight or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He had the mother boxes, and he was going to destroy Earth or some shit. I forgot.
Yeah.
And somehow he lost, and the only reason, and they had to pull him away because he was so mad that he lost, and for some reason that was the reason. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't even think was Zeus and Ares involved in the other one at all. I don't.
They
remember them either.
were, but they didn't.
But they didn't say who
do
they were, right? They were
anything.
just like, look at
They
this
just
swole
said
ass
they
dude.
just said the old gods, the Atlantis. They
That's
said that
what the-
people
yeah,
joined
yeah.
forces or some shit like that. But like they didn't.
Yeah.
Like the point of the fight was to say that like, hey, united the world can defeat Darkseid, right? That was the point of the fight. They barely mentioned that in the Whedon cut. They just like, oh, we beat Steppenwolf, he's salty, and they left. It's like,
Yeah,
no, the
oh my
whole
God.
point was like, if all of the world's people came together to fight this common enemy, we can win. Which was the whole point that Bruce was trying to make, that Wonder Woman was trying to make. You know what I'm saying? That it's like together we can
Yeah.
fight back like we did back then. The Whedon cut was just like, oh, he mad, head ass boy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense.
He's so mad he lost. Yeah.
I also like that like Wonder Woman wasn't on her bullshit. Like Wonder Woman 80. What was it? 80 what? Wonder
Oh,
Woman
88?
2. She wasn't lassoing
Two
bullets. She wasn't swinging off lightning and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like she actually felt like an actual warrior, like an actual someone who can actually
She was
beat ass.
chucking people off and shit. She
You
was
know.
badass.
You remember when in '88 she learned how to fly and then forgot? You remember that?
Yeah.
Because she didn't fly at all.
Like
She
it
said
was,
this
I was
flying
like,
shit is not necessary at all.
I'm like, wow, she's actually really fucking cool in this movie, and she's not on some
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
The one
so
thing
much,
that
so
I
much.
have a gripe with the movie, because damn near I can't really think of like I enjoyed everything, and I know like I said I said like I'm ready to get disappointed. I overhyped this movie for myself, and I still am like hell yeah, dude, y'all hit my expectations. Like I'm really I enjoy this movie through and through, but like the one thing that I just did not like was
Was
the
that it didn't disappoint you?
I'm just so mad that it was so good. No, I'm mad that of the nightmare sequence. I don't think
Yeah.
it was necessary.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's set. I'm sure it was setting up like a sequel or like the Injustice storyline or like the Apocalypse storyline. I don't know, but like, I was not necessary. That epilogue was much longer because of it. I just like it wasn't necessary, and I'm still not on the fence. I'm still on the fence with Jared Leto. Like they're showing me so little of Jared Leto's Joker that I still can't make a proper opinion about it.
I like this Joker better than the gangster Joker from.
See, here's my thing about it. I think that now, I thought it back then, but now more than ever, I really think that there was a good Suicide Squad movie out there, and that Warner Brothers did this to it, that what they did to Justice League, because even
course they
Jared
did.
Leto's been saying it for years that they've shot enough footage to make a Joker movie. What got into
He was
that
the
movie
original
was
villain.
ass.
He was the
Yeah.
original villain.
So I again, and it's funny because I wasn't too fond of him at the end of this movie. Not because the way he played the Joker, it's because that scene, like why was that scene even in there? It didn't explain anything. I don't think it even pushed anything forward per se. It just, he had another nightmare. And yeah, I'm more than certain it was setting up Zack Snyder's like it may be Injustice storyline, because because they in Batman v Superman, and they even touched on it on this one, which they didn't do in the other one, when Barry Allen came back in time to warn Batman and say, hey, you were right about him, Lois is the key. That's how Flash was dressed when he went back in time. So it does look like that's exactly where that story was going.
And Cyborg saw that in the visions when he plugged into the mother box.
Yes.
But before they woke Superman, he was about to tell him like, "Hey, we shouldn't do this," and it was too late.
Oh, that was cut off
So,
too from
like-
another movie, Rafa, by the way. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
That flashback sequence when Cyborg plugged in and like you
Yeah.
saw what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
Didn't happen.
they just turned him on. They just turned him on.
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
but-
gotta watch how bad that
Oh,
movie
man.
is.
I didn't really hate that nightmare sequence that much. Well, honestly, I don't think you guys hated it, but I thought it was kind of
No, I
cool
didn't hate
to
it.
see. Maybe like no, yeah, it was a nightmare, but maybe like alternative universe type thing. Different storyline. Like Deathstroke is there because that's the same Deathstroke from the ending. And
Yeah.
Joker was there. That lady, I'm pretty sure that's the lady that got fired, right? Amber Reed or
That's-
whatever.
Yeah. Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
Heard.
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Whatever, she got fired,
Yes.
so she's not gonna be in it anymore. But like, I thought it was cool. It's almost like you threw like a trailer or like maybe like a proof of concept of something that they want to do later on.
I can see that.
I didn't really mind it that much. It's kind of cool to see the Joker, this version of the Joker. I mean, we've been having a lot of versions of the Joker recently, but like it's to see. I want to see what Jared Leto can do because I don't like Gangster Joker. Gangster Joker's a joke. That's a meme.
Huh.
It's not. I don't take that seriously. With this version of him, I was like, okay, I can see this version of Joker working. Also, hella props to this Batman. This is my favorite Batman. He just looks so badass.
Ben
He
Affleck
looks
is
like-
phenomenal. Like,
He's like, dude, when it's like the way Ben Affleck carries himself, like you feel like, yeah, this is Bruce Wayne. But when he's in his outfit, when he's Batman, when he's out there jumping, like I'm like, this man's a fucking badass. He looks so fucking cool.
yeah,
Like everything
Yeah.
about it. Like nothing against the Dark Knight and Christopher Nolan. Like that was a great Batman too. But like this Batman will beat the shit out of that Batman, hands down, any day.
Oh, easy.
Like this
easy.
Batman, he was such a fucking badass. Batman. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Yes, he would, Alex. Listen to me. Yes, he would.
He went toe to toe with Bane.
This dude went toe to toe with aliens. Don't.
He
went
this
toe
man
to
went
toe
toe
with
to toe with
Galactic Being
Superman.
and Superman, and he won.
Well, he had help, but imagine
What?
he had kryptonite. He had kryptonite. Without the kryptonite, we got his ass beat.
Yeah,
no,
but
here's
he
the thing.
did
Here's
the
thing.
shit with it.
Imagine,
What do you mean?
but here's the thing. Imagine because not Nolan, Bale. Imagine that Batman versus this Batman. They had the same amount of preparation with each other and to fight each other.
This one.
This one,
I don't know. I don't know.
Ben
I don't
Affleck.
know.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
one, he learned about fucking kryptonite and synthesized it to fucking to stop Superman. One, and he won.
Whoa.
Two, he built a military
You're talking about supernatural shit.
That's not supernatural shit. That's literally space shit. It's the same. You're talking about one Batman to another one. He literally built a spacecraft that he said the finest people in the fucking whatever the hell, like the space and NASA people couldn't do, and he was able to do it.
Okay. Regardless, I think it's a closer fight than you guys think. Just because he's smart.
I don't think so.
No.
No. What do you mean? Just because he's smart? If they have prep time, that means that they're prepping.
They both have prep
that
time.
Means that,
Also,
okay.
Also, this is a more experienced Batman. This is an older Batman.
And it's 20 years Batman.
Oh, so he's
and
older.
the other Bale and the other Bale don't have cartilage in his knees, so I don't know what you getting at, Alex.
I
Fool.
think it'll
Tomfoolery.
be a closer fight.
Nah.
I think closer fight.
Nah,
if
I
if
like
he
the
can
nightmare
fist fight
sequence.
Bane after getting his back broken with no cartilage, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to stand up to
No.
old Batman.
No.
I'm not saying he'll
no.
win. I'm not saying he'll win. I'm just saying it's a closer fight. I don't think it's just be an asshole because
I'm sure
that is
it'll be
also
closer
Batman
fight
over here.
because movie, but I don't think it'll be closer fight like you think it is. Like this man made
It's
gauntlets.
still Batman.
No. He literally made gauntlets to freaking to deflect alien shit and Superman's laser beams. Like, don't knock.
The
don't knock
only
Batfleck.
reason Christian Bale's didn't have that is because that universe was grounded and realistic. He had what Bale's Batman did was he
No.
adapted to what was coming at him, just like these guys did. Just like Ben
But
Affleck's
also,
Batman did.
no, and I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that because there's aliens. I'm saying that Christian Bale's Batman had Lucius Fox to make that shit for him.
Ooh, get him.
Okay.
This one had Alfred.
But Batman helped. Batman did the shit.
Get 'em,
Batman
John.
did the shit.
Get him,
Those are
John.
concepts and shit that Batman
It-
came up with.
it-
Lucius
okay.
Fox came
It
up
doesn't
with
ma-
all the schematics.
It doesn't matter who.
He came up with all
it
the
doesn't matter.
schematics. No.
It doesn't matter who made
Yes,
the
it does.
stuff. He has the stuff. It
Yes,
doesn't matter who
does.
made it. It's
You're talking
how
about
you use
prep
it in a
time,
fight.
Right? You're talking about prep time, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that, like,
Yeah.
obviously the Batfleck is smarter than Christian Bale's. That's it.
Eh.
And they probably have the same It's not.
Eh.
It's not. He
Eh.
literally
Debatable.
made shit to
Debatable.
fight aliens. It's not. It really ain't.
As you
Hey,
know,
if this Batman had to fight aliens, he would have shit to fight aliens. Like, let's not. He just didn't have to have shit to fight aliens.
Because he has Lucius Fox. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying that, like this
Okay,
Batman.
again,
Christian
it
Bale one
doesn't
is a
matter.
superior.
It doesn't matter.
I'm arguing the way I'm arguing, but I love The Dark Knight. I've watched it like over.
no, it's
No,
they're
I love-
great
I love The Dark
films.
Knight.
It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite
No
movies.
one-
It's one of my favorite movies of all
No
time.
we're
one
not
is
talking about the
arguing
films,
quality
yeah.
of movie.
Look,
I just
check-
don't want people to take my tone as that I
Check
don't
it out.
like the
Oh,
because I
okay.
enjoy.
I just think that the fight will be way closer than you guys are making it seem.
Ben Affleck-
like you guys are
Ben
making this
Affleck-
Batman be like a normal ass dude.
He kind of.
He's a normal
He
dude.
is a
He
normal.
is
ass
literally
dude.
no. He's an injured old ass dude.
He fought Bane and won. Like he beat
Who's
Bane.
who in the Nolan verse is a normal ass dude who's a lot more muscular
He's
than
just
this normal
stronger.
ass dude.
Mhm.
Like that doesn't matter.
That is not
That
a
doesn't
normal ass
matter.
dude. That is not a
That's
normal
like
ass
that's
dude.
like
He picked.
Nah.
he's a
Batman.
No, I'm sorry,
that-
he has asthma.
No,
You're right. No, he fought an asthmatic.
no.
and lost. I'm sorry.
That
You're right.
Batman. That Batman weighs what? Maybe 200 pounds, 205 pounds. He picked him up
Okay.
nothing and broke his back. That is not a normal ass dude.
Oh, he's
I
a
don't
very
hear that.
muscular dude. He's
Yeah.
a very muscular dude.
That is what Ben Affleck's Batman is.
I've seen Daniel Cormier flip
You-
motherfuckers, no problem. He's
Bam.
not superhuman.
Daniel
Shut the
Cormier
fuck up,
did
Alex.
not pick up somebody like Bane did, like this over his head. Like
No,
nothing.
you're right.
Close
He fucking
enough.
flipped-
He,
No, you're
he
right.
literally
No,
flipped
no.
him.
Like a
He
pancake. You're
literally
right.
flipped Dan Anderson.
You're right. No,
So-
yeah. He,
And you know what? And you know what? And you know what?
Something
Christian
harder.
Bale's.
You're right. You're right. And he did something
No,
harder.
this
he flipped a dude. Then doing
picking
up,
a
down,
grown ass man up,
and
deadlifting a
flipping
grown ass
him.
man up, and picking him up in a shoulder press is not harder than flipping somebody.
Nah, he fucking lifted him like this. That dude fucking flipped his ass. Like, nah, Alex.
Yeah,
you're
one's
wrong.
full of
I'm
momentum
sorry.
and swing, and the other one is a whole action. I'm not getting into this argument with you.
Alex, you're
Point
no,
is,
you're out of,
point
you're
is,
out of
Christian
pocket.
Bale's Batman beat the fuck out of Daniel Cormier, and he'll beat the fuck out of Batfleck.
Hey,
Now I'm
nah.
saying because you guys pissed me off.
Okay,
maybe,
so-
maybe Daniel Cormier. Yeah, nah, I don't know.
But the thing is,
He'll beat the shit out of Daniel Cormier.
So the thing is Dark Knight Batman beat up Bane, right? First of all, Bane broke his back, right?
Right.
Okay,
And he came
fine.
back and won.
Right,
fought him
he
in the
needed,
street.
He needed a second round to do that. Ben Affleck beat
A
up
win's a win.
Superman
In the
round
one round,
one, baby.
he just needed the
he
one.
beat a superhuman alien.
He
man.
cheated.
He didn't
He,
cheat.
he didn't cheat. That's prep.
You
That's
you
prep
mentioned
time,
prep
baby.
time, right?
He
You mentioned prep
he
time.
threw sand in his eyes. He threw sand in his
You
eyes.
mentioned
Prep
prep time,
time, baby.
correct? You mentioned prep time.
Oh, my bad. You are correct. So, but it's cool because the second somebody says his mama, he's gonna stop, and now he's gonna get hit in the face a bunch of times.
Nope,
Christian Bale's
because
Batman
it's
don't
the
give a fuck
same
about his
mom.
parents. He said, "Fuck my parents." Nope. He said, "Fuck my parents. I'm gonna beat your ass first, and then I'll go to the mountains and cry." All right, that's what's gonna happen.
Nuh-uh.
So sorry,
Nah, you're a
sorry.
hater,
Bale
bro.
wins. All he's gotta do is
Nah,
say,
you're a
mo-
hater.
Bale don't
actually.
win.
He would do prep time. He'll find out. All he has to do is say their mom's name. He's gonna cry like a bitch, and then
Nah, because then they're
get his
both
ass
gonna be
beat.
really sad.
They're both. Yeah.
Now
they're
look
both
at
just
you.
gonna
No.
cry.
It's like, oh, both
Bale
of our
didn't get
parents
sad
is the
like
same
that.
parents.
Bale didn't cry. He went to jail. He put himself in jail and fought people like the
Also-
Raid. He fought Ra's al Ghul. He learned from Ra's al Ghul, who was a supernatural being.
That's
Look at
that's
that. I don't wanna
Batman's
hear it. I don't wanna
storyline,
hear it.
jackass. Like, what are you talking
Also-
about?
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear
Also,
it. I don't wanna
Ben
hear it.
Affleck kills people. You know,
Right.
this version of Batman kills people. Dark
Well,
Knight Batman
this is
does
younger.
not kill people.
Not yet.
Nope.
Not yet.
So
Not yet.
No, he has the one rule. Even Joker is literally the love of his life died, and he still ain't do it. Which literally what
Not
made
yet.
Superman. Nah, ain't not
We
yet.
can
You
argue
out of
he killed
pocket.
Harvey Dent. We can argue he killed Harvey Dent
Nah, he tackled him. That was an accident. He tried to save him.
off
That's not
a
his crime.
building.
He tried to save him.
Hey,
He didn't kill him.
If I pushed you into train tracks and tried to get you out afterwards, and you got hit by the train, I still killed you.
No, he tried. He pushed him from shooting a gun. That doesn't make him a killer. Nah.
See, he killed Harvey
Batfleck
Dent.
literally
Point.
grappled hook. He
All
shot
right,
up a
can
car.
we
grappled
agree?
hooked the car. Fucking whipped it into another car of people. Both cars exploded. That's like 4 or
Can-
5 dead right there.
No,
At
yeah,
least.
this one's a murderer. But can we agree that Patterson's Batman beat the fuck out of both of them?
we
No.
haven't seen that movie yet. We can't.
And I
Oh, he
wouldn't
beat the
agree with
shit out of that dude
either.
in the street. He beat the
That
dude
was
out,
one
the dog
random,
shot
that
guy.
was one insane
But-
clown posse member that he beat up.
But the ass whooping that he delivered on him, he had a lot
he
to
beat
go.
the dog
Like,
shit out that guy, but I'm saying
there you go.
like Batfleck
Okay,
literally
we can
fought
say,
gods
though-
and aliens.
But so I think what we are landing on is that
Batfleck's is superior.
Batfleck beat the shit out of
Yes.
all three of them. Patterson beat the fuck out of Bale, so Bale's the weakest
no.
Batman. Is that what we're saying?
Yes. Okay, yeah, let's go with
That's where
that.
you guys' mind is at.
And fuck the insane clown posse. Apparently,
Damn.
And you know what? And you know who beats Ben Affleck? Batman from the Arkham series. Oh.
No.
I would
No.
I would say that the
Batman
Batfleck
fought
is,
crazy ass dudes in the Arkham series.
he did.
So did this guy.
I would-
That's the whole point. This is
I
like
would
later
say
Batman.
I would say that the Batfleck is like the Arkham series Batman. Like
Yeah,
I
he's like
felt
the
that one
endgame,
very. I felt that
Okay,
very
okay.
close.
Okay.
Like
I
he's
agree.
like the
Yeah.
he's like the realistic version of like if we saw the movie of the Arkham series, it would be
It would be-
Batfleck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with
That's
that.
how. That's why I like him so much because he
Yeah.
reminds me so much of the Arkham series.
Also,
so what
I'll
we're
argue that
saying
to the
is
death.
Batfleck beat the fuck out of Batman Beyond.
That's a young man. I don't know about. I don't know.
And then that's like super in the future, so he has like a super,
Yeah. There's a lot.
Like,
Going
Okay,
on
a
there.
Batfleck. Batfleck in his prime versus
Oh, probably.
Batman Beyond.
Probably. I think so. I still think so. Batfleck's superior Batman. In John's eyes. I'm not going to speak for y'all.
Hey,
I don't know.
real talk. Well, I just want to know you guys' opinion on this. It has nothing to do with anything. So, Rafa, you didn't see Man of Steel, but General Zod is, for all intents and purposes, a Superman. Like, he was Superman, just bad guy Superman. They had the same
He
powers.
was bad
and everything.
Superman.
Yeah. So, if Superman didn't exist and Zod invaded the planet and it was up to Batman alone, would
Yikes.
Man of Steel be a happy ending, or would Batman have lost that one? Batfleck.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
He would win.
I feel like that happy ending would take a lot longer than we thought it would.
Yeah.
I think the planet would be terraformed and it'd be Krypton.
What's the prep time? How much prep time you got?
Exactly what he got. The planet showed up. They showed up and said, "Hey, there's a
That's a lie.
Kryptonian here,"
That's a lot.
but it wasn't. But it wasn't here.
Oh, but like Clark decided to say, "Nah, this one's not me, fam."
No.
Or like
Like
Clark
let's say
just
because you
didn't
know how they were
exist.
terraforming. Let's say because they were terraforming planets before anything. Let's just say this was a terraforming
Quite.
campaign. It wasn't even no Clark. They just showed up and did the stuff, and Batman's the only one to protect the Earth. Would Zod win that?
Nah, fam. Yeah, he'd win. He'd win.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Are you trying to? Oh, I was like, are you trying to say that Bale?
No.
would
I was just
stop that. Or?
no, because I was thinking because we were talking about these fights, and I was like, man, I wonder if Batman could have beaten Zod because he beat Superman, but he had time and research. But I think
it's
Batman
been
would have
2
lost that.
years. It's been 2 years since Superman even showed up, right? So there's enough information for Batman to have prep time. Literally showing up at my door, I've never met you, being the dog shit. Like, hey, I got nothing. Like, I don't know what you are. Like, if an alien
Right.
showed up at my door, I got like, I don't care how much prep time. You are not in my wheelhouse. You beat the brakes off me, no problem. If I'm Batman.
So with that said, I found Batman's weakness. It's you just gotta surprise him with some shit he's never seen before.
It's very hard to now.
Yeah,
It's pretty hard now.
So going back. So in conclusion, all Christian Bale has to do is surprise Ben Affleck with some shit he's never
Right.
seen before, which
Like
is himself
Justice
because he's never fought
Snyder
Batman
cut.
before.
Snyder Cut's good. Fuck Whedon. Batfleck will beat up Bales, right?
Unless
When
Bale
he loses
surprises
to
him.
Zod, when he'll lose to Zod, Robert Pattinson hates the Insane Clown Posse.
There you go.
And
Love
with
it.
that,
Love it.
we have the DCEU, gentlemen.
So, so towards the end in the epilogue, kind of going back to the movie instead of doing whatever the fuck we're doing right now.
Wait,
Lex
one
Luthor-
more.
Okay.
Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor fist fighting Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Who would win that?
Joaquin
Joaquin
Phoenix
Phoenix.
would murder him.
Joaquin Phoenix would
Would
definitely win that fight.
murder.
Yeah.
Lex
Are you
Luthor would-
sure?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
sure? I'm talking about a fist fight. A fist fight. No, I'm just a
Yes.
fist fight.
Yes.
he would.
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix would definitely win that fight.
Joaquin Phoenix would murder Lex Luthor. Not like any Lex
Are you
Luthor,
sure?
but like Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yes.
one's a young man. This one's an anorexic, like 40-year-old dude. Who you're really going for the 40-year-old
Who's
anorexic?
unhinged. Yeah, who's
Yeah.
unhinged.
He's crazy.
The other person.
Bro, he's
is a
all
fucking-
bones.
Bro, did
Nah,
you see what he did to his
He literally
fellow...
stabbed the shit out of his friend, like
His-
who's much bigger than him.
Yeah.
I said a fist fight. Dude, anybody can stab somebody. I'm talking about a fist fight.
Nah, you saw the way he was curb stomping the garbage when he was upset.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Jesse Eisenberg making him upset. He's
Yeah,
like,
but
"You
Jesse Eisenberg will
trash."
move. He's Jesse Eisenberg's a little skittish. That Luther's a little skittish.
Nah.
He's fast,
Nah, I don't,
know,
he's
he's
not
a
a
little
fighter.
fast.
Jesse Eisenberg is not a his Lex Luthor is not a fighter.
but he has to fight. Is what I'm saying. Like they're in the
He
octagon.
doesn't. That he's not a fighter though. Now, if you're saying that everyone's gonna be MMA fighters and it's like, okay, we have a fight, but it's like no,
No,
He's
I
not a
didn't say
fighter.
MMA fight. I'm like they're locked in the cage, they're locked in the room.
he's gonna die.
last person
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
I would watch that. I would actually watch that fight.
I would also watch that, but he's gonna die. Like, I'm sorry.
All right, Rafa, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to know.
Okay. Like I was saying, so at the end of the movie, after the epilogue, whatever, or like in the epilogue, well, we see that Lex Luthor escapes Arkham Asylum, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
he has another crazy bald dude to take his spot, and he's chilling in a yacht, with
Being
looking
Lex
all
Luthor.
being all yeah, right, having all the monies, whatever. And then
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, Deathstroke shows up, which I didn't see that coming. I thought it was really cool. And it looks like they're setting up for maybe the next villain for, if it ever gonna gets made, the Deathstroke versus Batman, which is a really
Oh,
cool
Rafa.
dynamic.
Oh,
So
Rafa.
that was gonna be my question for you guys. Do you
That
think...
so yes. No, well, so what?
Well, let's be
Why
clear
I
about
don't mean
what's
to cut
going
you off,
on.
but I'm cutting you off. So that was a deleted scene or an after credit scene in the original Justice
an after
League,
credit
and
scene
that
in
was the
Justice League, yeah.
original Batman Batfleck movie that was supposed to happen. It didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah, it
canceled.
was setting it up. Yeah,
That's
it was
canceled.
setting it up.
And
So that hurt
and
so much
also,
because
yeah.
that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
also, Zack Snyder has said this is asterisks, but he said that that's his last Justice League movie. Like, he's not making another one. Warner Brothers has said this
DCU,
isn't
he
going to
said.
mean anything, or another DC movie. I'm sorry, like this isn't going to go anywhere. So like,
Yeah.
as far as what they're setting up, like it's a cliffhanger on purpose with no follow up, because like it's just
Because that was part of the original plan. Yeah, it just came
like
out.
this
but-
was the original plan. We would have never gotten a Walking Phoenix Joker. We would have never gotten the Robert Pattinson movie. Like, this was
Yeah.
part of the original plan. WB ruined that, and they're backtracking now a little bit. But like, that doesn't mean that they're gonna go back. Which I feel like they will, personally, just because WB is always, it's like been super money hungry, and they always try to do like the thing.
yeah.
And seeing how much people enjoyed everywhere, literally critically and just by popular, just the general consensus, that
Yeah.
hey, you should have let Zack Snyder do the thing originally. It's like, I think WB might be like, here's a bunch of money, the DCEU is yours, please take it, Zack Snyder. That's my
Yeah.
hope. That's
I
my
hope if it does come to that, I hope he does take it, but I hope
I
they
feel like he
let
would.
him do it. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I don't know,
and
man.
I hope, like,
this, apparently, like the journey to release this movie was so, like, it was so hard to get this fucking movie out, and you know, I can't
Yeah.
imagine. And that's what came out. I can't imagine what he had to go through, like just in the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been years of him trying to get of this movement. So I mean, who knows? Who knows?
but I feel like
early
WB
on.
would. No, go ahead.
I mean,
I'm
he
sorry.
did say early on, like he did this with no money just to get some leverage over the studios. So maybe that leverage is used for extending the DCU, and maybe that's a bargaining thing he's doing. Like, this is my last one, So when if they ever do get back to the negotiating floor, he's like, I said this was my last one. I don't want to do it anymore. It's like, but how
And
about
then
this
they just
money?
give him a bunch of
Yeah.
and it's a
that's
great
money
fucking
for it.
tool. Like, yes,
It's a good plan.
Yeah.
And,
Because right now he's at a place where he single-handedly fixed the DCU, and he left. He walked away. Explosions in the background. If he stops here, legacy reinstated for Zack Snyder, and he, and now it's like, what could have been if we just let this man do it? Win. If he comes back, ton of money. He can make the movie he wanted. The fans want it. Win. So he's in a good spot right now. At least when it comes
Snyder
to these
can't do
DCU
wrong right now.
movies.
Like, he's kind of tight right
Yeah.
now. He literally is good
Yeah.
to go. And like, I hope that WB's like, hey, we're dumb, and I'm sorry that we're stupid, but please take all of our stuff.
I don't know, man.
WB's gonna be like, "Hey, man,
Hey,
remember when we let you put out the Snyder cut? We're gods here. Make us another one."
There's a lot of companies out there who be fucking shit up, and they just keep chucking along.
I know, and I know
WB.
this is me
WB.
just me hoping, because
In
like,
EA and the video game side of things,
Yep.
EA is no, but EA
No,
is in,
John, let's not go down this path.
We're not
again.
doing this again.
You guys,
We're not doing this
you
again.
guys
We're not doing
need
this
to
again.
Stop. You guys need to stop. When people are being given flowers, that doesn't mean that they are. That doesn't mean that they are cleansed of their
we're
sins.
doing
You
it
guys
again.
need to stop being an absolutes. EA they flip things around and they're on a right track. Does that justify everything else? No, but they're on a change. You can't deny that. You can't deny that. They are. You can't. If WB decides to be like, hey, we were wrong, in the same vein that EA was, that's a change. and you can't deny it. No matter what you feel about EA or their business practices up to this point, they've made a change, and that should be acknowledged. And if WB does it, it should be acknowledged. That doesn't justify what they've done up to this point to make that change.
Understood.
That's just a thing there. I don't need your
so John,
extra bullshit. I just don't need the extra bullshit.
I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. But the question for both of you. So Batman's Martha in her prime versus Superman's Martha in her prime. Who would win in a fist fight?
How much prep time?
I don't care. I'm sorry.
How much
this
prep
question
time?
is stupid.
Martha, because she
That's
was
what I would win.
Maggie in
The Walking Dead.
She was Maggie in The Walking Dead, and in Flashpoint,
That's
she's
fair.
the Joker.
Okay. So she's got some. Okay.
So she's got some cool
Last
in
question.
her head.
Last question before we before we wrap this up here.
Okay, give it to me,
all right.
Alex.
Hold on, I lost it. Okay. Lois Lane in her prime versus Rachel in her prime. Batman's love interest.
Lois
Who would win
Lane.
in a fist fight?
Lois Lane would beat the fuck out of Rachel.
Who
Rachel
the fuck
fucking
is
yeah.
Rachel?
see.
Batman's love interest.
Batman's love interest. No, Batman's love
Catwoman?
interest in Christopher Nolan's.
No.
That's not her.
Oh,
Act.
is-
Rachel isn't a real person, Alex. Rachel isn't a real.
I'm talking about that
in-
Rachel though. That I specifically said Rachel for that.
Well, you
I'm
said
like
it's
human.
Batman's
Obviously, if
love
I said
interest.
fucking Catwoman, yeah, in The Dark Knight. Obviously, if I said
Well, I
Catwoman,
know, but
she'll
it's-
beat the shit out of Lois Lane.
I know.
But I mean, like,
I got it. Here
human,
we go.
Human. Yeah.
I got one for y'all. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Crypto, the super dog, or Wonder Woman's puppy that got killed. I mean, Wonder Woman. WandaVision's puppy that got killed. Go ahead.
Obviously, the goddamn super dog.
Okay, well, that's it.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you guys for
bite you
watching.
in the ass.
Okay, wait. I know I said last question, but here's a real last
Said that
question.
like 8 times.
LeBron James in Space Jam versus Air Bud. Who would win?
I think it's
in a
Airbud
basketball
got
game.
hops. Does
better,
LeBron James
better.
have Michael Jordan's
Lil Bow
arms?
Wow. No. Lil Bow Wow or Lil Romeo, whoever the fuck was in Like Mike versus LeBron James
That's
in
Bow Wow.
Space Jam.
What's Bow Wow?
That one.
Versus LeBron James?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
In Space Jam.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. He's got the like Mike shoes. He's
I'm
like
gonna throw
Mike.
you a curveball, Alex, and it's gonna be out of left field. Nick Cannon from Drumline.
That's it. Like
What is in a 1v? How
Okay,
the fuck
thank
does he
you.
win a
Thank you guys
1v1
for
basketball
watching.
game he wasn't
Thank you
even
guys.
involved in?
Thank
I
you.
was, it was a it wasn't even a fight.
it wasn't even a versus. Oh, I thought he was just giving you a new situation.
Nope.
Like,
he's
all right,
jumping in.
here's a new tale. I thought he was like, here's a new tale to take. Nick Cannon,
No.
and that's it. Like,
No, he's jumping in. He's jumping in. He's coming from the crowd,
okay.
and he has the drum. He has like the drum thing. He's all like, "Pa, pa, pa, pa."
in a basketball
And
game.
he
and then
wins.
he does that.
and he
does
wins.
that thing, yeah, like he does the thing in Drumline when he points at when he goes like that when he points at it. Have you guys seen Drumline with Nick Cannon?
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a delight. Say the bye, Alex. Say
Thank you guys
goodbye,
so much
please.
for listening to episode. I'm saying it, bitch. Thank you so much for listening to episode 60 of the Playing Pod with Alex, John, and Rafa.
Holy shit.
That was episode 60. I want you guys to go on Twitter, comment at Geekjar3000. Who do you think would win in a fight? Air Bud or Pluto the dog, Mickey's dog? Comment that on Instagram. I mean, on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever the fuck I sent you earlier. Join the Discord. It's all in the description, all that good stuff. Comment on there. Who do you think would win in a fight? Logic or Eminem in a fist fight in their prime? And then go on YouTube and comment who will win the fight. All Might or Superman in their prime. And then we will see you guys next week on episode 61 in their prime.
Yeah.
Superman has a lot of stupid ass powers.
Superman's the writers of Superman
But-
had to put in contingencies because of how godlike he is. Like,
But
Yeah.
All Might slams
has
people
asthma.
like he
I
flex.
know, Alex, and believe me, I want to
flexes.
pick all. I want to pick All Might so he could, United States punch I forgot the name of the move.
Superman.
United States of
United
Smash or something?
The United States of Smash Superman, but Superman literally has, he has the frozen breath. He has laser beams.
He literally can freeze him
He
up.
can literally, he can in the comic books keep up with the Flash, and at that speed and go back in time.
And the only reason he died to Doomsday was of exhaustion.
So
that's how strong he is. All Might can't
All
do
Might
that.
got so exhausted versus the what is it?
All Might's just super strong. Like All Might's
and
just
he's
super
still
strong.
alive.
He doesn't have all that. Right, cool.
I'm just saying.
Well, we have it.
Nah, he ain't got the shit that Superman has.
Maybe All Might access with a 1 million. All for
see.
The 1 million
it's a fight.
One for all.
See, it's a fight.
I don't think.
I'm talking about All Might in his prime. That was All Might and like near the end of his rope, and he beat the shit out of One for All. I'm talking about prime All Might before the injury, his most powerful. I'm just saying, if Superman's death weakness is he gets too tired, like all right,
from fighting like one of the most supreme beings. Yeah, Alex.
So is All Might. All Might's one of the most supreme beings ever.
He's not a supreme being.
One superhero that could be all the other superheroes is One Punch Man.
True. Ooh.
It's One Punch Man. He literally is
One Punch Man versus the studio that animated the second season. Who would win?
One Punch Man. I still have not finished season 2.
I also haven't.
I didn't either. I didn't like the way it looked. Something about it was off.
Wait. Say the bye. We can have this conversation afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Thank you so much for listening to episode 60 of the Playing Power. Alex and Rafa. Hey.
Holy shit.
Oh, you're doing the whole thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying bye. We'll see you guys next week on episode 61. Shout out to y'all. Bye.
Who would win? Aaron Titan form versus King Kong?
Aaron, I think, because
Aaron
I'm not. Never mind. Never mind.
No, wait.
You gotta watch the show.
Oh yeah. I'm not where you guys are. I'm pretty sure.
I can't say why.
Yeah, no, it's Aaron. It's Aaron.
I can't say why. Monkey.
I just got to the part. Oh, cut it. So I can talk about
Monkey.
All right. Bye.